I'm here.
Alright.
Hello. I'm just on the loading screen for my house. Hi, Levy. How you doing? It is time. I didn't even see him like eat the tree because I just dropped it off and then it ran. He was like, "Whoa, what the heck?" Okay, and there we go. So they're immediately like, "Hey, you want to buy a house?" Um. So we're gonna be going to Belfoyen. Which look at that.
Sorry, where
Oh,
we go?
it does have that bit. Okay. Um. So you're going to go to me in a second. We're gonna be going to Balfoyen, which is in Morrowind, north of Stonefalls. The Dalmoroway Shrine. There's this little bit that in the original stream they said was not going to be included, but it looks like it's included, so that's at least nice. So yeah, we're gonna walk in, assuming that the gate's not broken. Okay, you can port to me, or group up with me and then port to me. Oh, Dad's already here. What the heck?
Mom, you need to group. 'Cause
Are we
you're
all in a
leader.
group?
I am
No,
not,
because
no.
you're the leader and he's not
Oh,
in the
I'm
group.
lead.
Yes, you are.
I've got... Oh, I've got daily rewards I gotta claim. I've also got other things. But we're not gonna go into those yet. In fact, I'll probably just do those when you guys are gone. But I've got like new emotes. I got like new costume stuff. I got a crate for pre-ordering. It's a new type of crate called like an unfeathered crate or something.
Got 3 of them.
Okay, let's see. There she is. All right, you all dressed up. I did not know about this road until Madigan told me about it. Because I told him about the Deshaunland. He already knew about it. He said there's a second one, and I checked it out. Okay, we want to make a right around here. Little watchlings. The book class exists now. I'm having like some frame issues or whatnot, but I'm sure it'll iron itself out. Sorry. I don't know how to get around this like small town in the middle of nowhere. Here we are. I wonder how many people bother to walk in.
Somebody have like a little bear cub.
Yeah, I do. I got a new little brindled bear cub in my crate.
Nice. It's always librarian
I've
time
only
with me.
got one of my 2 crates so far.
Alright, here we are. Telvanni Peninsula, we can go in! Ooh, spiky. Is this actually drawn? I think it is. It's an actual piece of digital art. Alright.
Ooh, here's a pretty new little mushroom. He's pretty.
Yeah, so mushrooms. Lots of them.
It's a jellyfish mushroom. You touch the tentacles and you get poisoned.
It's very vibrant.
Ah.
Okay, so the kind of the thing we're gonna do today. Just make a trek to Necrom, look at it a bit, and you go to sleep. I'm
Okay.
gonna turn the music up a little bit. New music.
I don't hear anything.
I know. I've turned off the zone chat so I don't get people like saying the spoilers. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, we leave that way and then go this way. This should lead to Al Isra. Ooh, sweet. It should lead. Let's see, we want to go north probably. And then Dad's already getting to work.
Yes, I've gotten 3. I'm getting 4.
Honestly.
Hey. Hey, you live your life, I'll live mine.
Like, can you imagine how many things you have to collect
Hey,
here?
there's a fishing place. Oh, here's some water.
Goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they put the new fish fillet thing in.
Oh, that's right. Now, this thing says Herald Seeker. It's a seeker, like from Apocrypha, but we are not in Apocrypha. It's just kind of like here. It's a 3-tick. What the heck? That thing's powerful. Who killed it? Did this person kill it?
Herald Seeker.
That's... Why is there a 3-tick
Just
enemy just
out in
laying
the
on the
wild,
ground?
huh?
Okay. Are there like wandering world bosses in this zone?
I don't know.
Oh, hey, that's a new icon, I think. Telrendis. Okay, so it looks like they're doing a lot of actual cool lore names.
Oh, what's
That
this?
I have to translate.
Ouch,
What did this
something hurt
flower
me.
Wow,
just do?
you guys got hurt.
It hurt me.
It was this flower.
The yellow one?
This flower was standing upright, and it did a
Oh.
little wiggle, and then it had this little yellow circle go
Huh.
out from it, and
Okay,
then it
well,
wilted.
I guess we gotta look out. Yeah, these are nice. Mushrooms. Well, they might kill you, though, I guess. I'm gonna keep going north, because I'm assuming that if we keep going north, we're gonna head for Necrom. Let me look at that map. Okay. So what we should probably do is go across Telrendis and then hit up the main road on the other side. And remember, there's 2 maps for this DLC. This is one of the 2. So we're gonna go across this to reach the main road because I was way off. Yep. Hey, well, you know what? It's nice that we could get in the first day.
Yeah. I can't get up
It's
there.
not even like incredible lag or anything. I bet I could. I mean, not really worth showing off if you can't follow me. Okay, fine. Fine. You're embarrassing yourselves. Let's go. No route. Alright, we're gonna. So we can cross Telrendis, which
I got up here.
I don't know how to translate.
I'm up here.
Well, we're,
Okay, good.
Ran
we're
away.
long gone.
Well, okay, good job. Go
Yeah.
to the main road then.
There's a whole lot of stuff up here to collect.
Oh boy, we're never gonna get to the city.
Okay, so where are you guys going?
No, we're not.
Okay, Dad, just
Yeah, just coming towards
yeah.
you.
I mean, we're in the
there's
same place.
Oh, that's a fence post. Okay.
Oh, that's a fence post.
Gotta clean up this trashy neighborhood.
Yeah, you see like Arcanists running around everywhere.
Oh, wow, this whole place is just sitting there burning.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here, to be honest. It probably shouldn't have happened, but with the Telvanni, they like sneeze and then something explodes.
So yeah, they added a character slot. So I guess
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can make
whole new
our
character slot, even though
Arcanist.
Dad's got like 1,000, but yeah.
I would now have like 8 spots, I guess.
Oh, I like the music.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Sounds the same as every other
Oh, so you turned it on?
What for me?
Or
It's
did
a
you
little
turn it
different.
off, and that's what you're making it do?
I never have it on,
I
so
get
it
it,
always sounds the
okay.
same.
Oh,
So the world event symbol now has a plus on the right corner to indicate that it is a group world event, which means no more than 4 people. It's 4 people only. Actually, no, sorry, no more than 4 people. I guess you could probably go in by yourself, maybe? If it was restricted to only 4, people would probably have an issue with it. Like, I want to go in by myself. I don't want to go in with 3 other people. Not really a problem for us because we are 3. But I like how they put an icon on it so you know. Because otherwise it'd get confusing.
You show the dead more respect than the living. Leave my offerings to me and get your dung-smelling out of my
This
face.
is my great-grandmother's favorite saying. See, I am a great enemy. I am. And very far.
Okay, so here we got a way shrine. Fungal lowlands. We are almost to the actual city, sort of? Oh, wow, okay. It's on, like, kind of an island, sort of.
You there! You look like a capable forager. I need some help.
Dad is a
Can we
forager.
talk?
Great Arm. Interesting names. Great Arm.
little floating triangles. Is that an Arcanist thing?
Yep. If it's green, it'll probably be an Arcanist thing. Okay, so we're getting close. It's... Let's see, we could probably cross a bridge somewhere up here. Yeah, there's more like a bright magenta mushroom aesthetic.
Yeah, they more color.
Okay, so they made Gorn a public dungeon. Interesting. That's the island north of the city.
I see a sky shard.
Is it easy to get to?
Yeah, it's right
Oh,
across
it's
the
right over
river.
here.
I don't know. Seems kind of hard to me.
Tickling the palm of a mountainous hand.
Ah, yeah, I was hoping they would keep naming things off of, like, hands and arms, maybe ribs. Alright, you can have this, Dad,
Yeah,
over
somebody
here.
killed a crab.
We'll make a trade. Let me bite some of my food, you can have that.
Speaks like sky is staring.
So is
at-
this the bridge that we're underneath? Do we have to go this way to get
Oh.
up it? Or?
Huh. Huh.
I'm just asking. I don't know. Doesn't look like it. We're not in an easy place.
Yeah, I don't know if it is.
Mm-mm.
I thought it was a bridge, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a path, and we can just take it. Ooh, wait, no, sorry. I got turned around. So we're gonna go this
This
way and
way?
then north. And then it'll be a short, yeah. Dad can have these. That was used because Sky somehow wasn't taken. Sweet, is that your Arcanist? Speaks like Sky is my friend. I didn't realize. Must be probably an Arcanist, I would assume, because I've never seen this character before. Okay, so we're gonna start seeing these spires here. And these, look at that. Look at those carvings.
Oh, decent bridge for once, not in disrepair.
Okay, perfect. This will take us exactly where we gotta go.
But there's markings on this rock. Did
Yeah,
you see that?
yeah. You see these ones? There's markings on this
Very
one too.
big.
But I have no idea what they mean. I've never seen those before.
Yeah.
Definitely look Dunmary though. Ooh, look at that.
Oh,
Look how
I
clean it
got
is.
you like the rest. What?
Hey,
Never
Sharpest
seen
Knights
an
here.
assassin get put out of work before.
So that is one of the companions. One of the two.
I've never
Yeah.
seen an assassin get put out of work before.
Look at this. So clean. Alright, let's look around the city.
It didn't make any noise for me. No opening door, no nothing.
You made two? You made two characters? Alright, so be respectful. We gotta be on our best behavior here. And also get the way shrine.
Where is the way shrine?
Should be up here.
Oh, it's in the middle, straight ahead.
Wow.
Fate needs no proxy.
And that's definitely the main quest right there. Look at this. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We have an inn, obviously Mages Guild, Fighters Guild. The dock is to the north. Crafting area, which I'm sure you're interested in, is this way. We'll take that out. Does this go there? Bindery. What's a bindery? I guess it's right.
Books, book place.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Wow. What? Wait. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is how you get to Apocrypha. Well, don't go in yet. We're not doing
Portal
that yet.
to
Don't go in.
Apocrypha, Chrome, and Cognito, and the Endless Library.
Okay, so these, yeah, these both take you to the different portions of Apocrypha. I don't think they're two different zones. I think they're probably the same zone, just two different areas in the same zone, like with the Deadlands. But I'm guessing this is, I mean, like, interesting. Yeah, look at all these books everywhere.
Boy, someone knocked a bookcase
Yeah.
over.
This is probably where Laramil hangs out. I would say this was probably like her study or something that we just walked into. She's got books everywhere, I'd assume. Wow. Well, it's not quite the crafting area. She's not very organized if this is her place. Does she sleep on the ground? Someone does. Okay, let's go to the balcony. You should probably head out because I went to the total wrong direction.
I went back to the beginning.
All right, so back to the portals. Let's go further south and then east. That'll probably have what we want.
You saved countless lives, uncovering Ravel Urano's treachery.
I love the lights.
Mm-hmm.
The the very like orangish yellowish lighting.
Hmm.
Okay, so this looks like merchants, crafting area, or bag merchants over here. Oh, crafting area is just around the corner up here. Okay, so here's crafting stations. No loading screen, you can just walk up and use them. I don't know where you turn them in, but sweet. I wonder what this place looks like at night. Where does this lead? Oh, that's someone's house. This probably leads up to the
This
docks.
takes you outside.
Yeah. Okay, so this leads to the docks. This person is dead. I don't think he's supposed to be. Or either that or he's outside of his coffin. Yeah, there's supposed to be like tons of tombs underneath the city. Lots of catacombs. I'm sure we'll get to check those out at some point. There is a werewolf. Why is there a dead werewolf? That's odd.
And I promise we'll visit Rockwood for you again soon.
We got stilt hoppers. Like,
Not as big.
they're tiny stilt striders. Stilt
Yeah.
hoppers. We don't know if
Oh,
they're like
stilt hop.
babies, but
Oh.
it's probably a good theory. Underways. So this might lead to the tombs. Maybe it says underways. I don't know though. Well, there's a house. Emissary's Enclave. This place.
Our Puny Allies by Rigard the Brash.
Gert has a book.
About his puny allies.
He is not a writer. I didn't think you could write. Pretty pictures. This guy's got a squirrel.
This lady's alive and dead.
Schrodinger. It's because she is making pottery. That's probably going to be an emote or something. Nah, first we're just exploring today. But yeah, this place is old. I don't know how old, but I would put it somewhere in the over 3,500 year range, maybe.
Yeah, there's a coffin in that wagon.
I'm sure there's something that'll say. There's books everywhere. Wow. Those big towers. So yeah, over there's another one of those rocks that has the writing on the other side. Whatever those sigils mean, I don't know. But they look like they're on these banners here. Like, those banners on the walls have similar drawings, if not the same ones. This, I think, is like the temple? Oh, no, this just says the necropolis. So this probably leads to the actual catacombs. I can't go in there. I can't go to the necropolis of Necrom. I know somewhere there's got to be like a tribunal temple or something. Wherever they put that big statue. This is weird because this area right here has been like my wallpaper for months.
Oh wow.
I'm walking around it. You know, it's like I have this fountain as a wall as on the wallpaper. Yeah, you're looking like it's like looking up this direction. But even so, you know, I did not know the layout of the city or anything. They got like this tribunal symbol here. Oh, here we are. Okay, so here's the big statue of Vivek. Look at this statue. Look how hard they worked on that. So this is probably like the big religious section, the church or something. If you could talk to priests about it. The lighting is very, very unique. Oh, hey! The Mages Guild is actually in here, I guess. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Geez, the lady here was talking about seeing the final warrior home.
Yeah, there's a lot of caskets, coffins.
Well, they got wood piled up on them too, so.
Why is that?
Mushrooms. Probably gonna light them on fire.
Oh yeah. Ashes. They like ashes. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot to learn about their funerary practices. It's probably books. Someone's house. There's a lot more people than when we came in. This guy's name is Worst Tank PCNA. Okay, so that's the general format. So that means that like, okay, this is where the statue is on this side. Crafting areas here. Guild banks or guild merchants or whatever are here. Oh, wait, hold on. Where's the where you would sell things? Oh, here. No. Oh, duh. Is this it? Like, where's the guild merchants? Oh, traders on this side. Okay. That makes sense. They're over here. I just want to know, because I like talking to them. But, did you guys see dailies or anything? No, wait. There they are. I see 3 dailies up here. So this is where the dailies are going to be. Not too far from the Way Shrine, I guess. So easy to get to. These 3, which is good.
Dangerous work for hire.
Okay, so yeah, one's for Dells, one's for World Bosses, and one's for World Events. I don't know which one's which, but oh yeah, it's gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. Man, everything just looks so different than it looked like when we started out. It was a lot more vibrant with the mushrooms and everything, and now it's all craggy and spiky. And there's the shrines down there. Mara, warrior, poet, and oh wait, what? Oh, I see. Is it in here? Ah, okay. So here's their little tribunal section. If you're into that, they keep it nice and lit. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at the colors. So, you notice the more tribunal focused design on the roof. Man, they keep it colorful. Okay, so they've got... Yeah, so they have a Shrine of Mara here. On the map it says Mara, because it has to, otherwise you're going to get confused about what it is. But in-game, it's Alexia, so you can You can know that. And it still says V. You guys are just, you guys are tired? Your legs are tired?
Mhm.
You're gonna fall
My
asleep?
legs actually are tired.
Well,
I'm
same.
tired.
Okay, well, I think you know your way around. I need to go and learn a bunch of stuff. Obviously, there's a whole. We only took like one road. I didn't even see a single delve, so I'm sure we got to discover those. But I mean, like, so obviously, you know, we can't do this all the time. So feel free to just kind of explore by yourself if you want to. I'm personally, I would just say that we're probably not gonna go into Apocrypha until like, if you can play on the weekend. You know.
Alright, okay. Let's see how we do.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably start the main quest. It'll probably bring us there anyway.
Okay, I finally got my other crate.
Nice. You guys getting those for watching streams?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I-
got three crates.
I got 2.
Well, ended
I
up
haven't
with
watched
3.
any. Man, I need to start doing that.
I think you'll probably get another one somehow.
But I do have my special crate,
Greetings, my good friend.
my unfeathered crate.
May luck follow you.
Hmm.
Fate needs you, Roxy.
I need to go and find all the books I can. I think the Mages Guild probably has the most. Or that one, the binding area, but they were all over the place.
Okay, so I got an unfeathered crate.
Oh, okay, so wait, did you buy the
and an
deluxe?
Yeah,
Uberus,
yeah.
Uberus crown crate. That's all I got.
Oh, yeah, maybe one of my crates is what we got when we bought the thing. And
Do
then we
you-
got 2
Oh.
from watching the stream.
Okay, well, I don't remember if you only get unfeathered for buying deluxe, but I bought deluxe, so. Yeah.
I have an unfeathered, and I have an Uberus crown crate.
Hmm.
Oh,
Evidently, just 2.
You should get another one because it was double drops for watching.
Superior bonus pack. I need to pick up these rewards and let's see. I have received these things. Okay, so it doesn't. I just need to look for them myself. I got all these cool things. I got a lot of emotes, outfit style called the Knowledge Eater outfit style. I got that mount. The Dark Lady's headrest. Nice. And the pre-order, obviously, I got the costume. Oh my goodness, so much stuff. So much stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna pop out of here. Very nice. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, I mean, like, me too, because I mean, like, I remember when I saw that it was gonna start on a Monday, and I was like, oh, why? Why did you choose a Monday? We're not gonna be able to do it. So yeah.
Well, if it had been a weekend, we wouldn't have. Because everybody would be doing it.
Well, I guess so, but I mean,
I
God,
think that's probably why.
they gotta improve their servers, so they don't have to be afraid of that.
Well, it all went smoothly, so.
Yeah, it's very smooth today.
Alright. I'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.
Alright, bye.
Bye. Night.
Well, it's telling me I have 2 code redemptions for crown crates, so maybe let's see now
Code
what I get.
redemptions.
Okay, now it says I have 2 Oberos crown crates and 1 unfeathered. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna pop into Blackwood. Yeah, Mom and I did the Alkir Desert Dungeon
Oh, you just got
Sabotage,
that.
the
Okay,
weekly.
nice.
And,
That's an easy one.
yeah. And then did our daily, so. Alright, I'm back at my parking spot. Oh.
Holy
Well, I
smokes,
guess we'll
the
see
colors,
if
guys.
our new internet works there, or if I'll have to
You got like
pay
a
for Wi-Fi.
oh, you got like a new thing.
We got the T-Mobile home internet device.
Oh, okay. And you haven't tested it out yet.
Yeah, I've had it down here in the dining area running.
Ah.
So we're not this super great T-Mobile area here, but anyway, we'll see how it does at the campground. If it doesn't work, then I guess I'll be paying for their mediocre Wi-Fi. So.
Mm,
All right. Well, thank you. Had a good time.
same.
See you tomorrow, maybe.
See ya. Have
Love
fun.
you. Good
Love you
night.
too. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, they're going camping. And then over the weekend well, so how do I put this? I'm being reassigned a different location for work. Not because I did anything wrong, but because our contract expired or got replaced or whatever, and yeah, that is bad. So, I don't know. I mean, like, if they don't have a site for me immediately, I'm probably just gonna be, streaming as usual, as I maybe try to clean up my room, rearrange things because I need to fix the stuff up around the house and whatnot. So it's way too early to say. My streams might be like earlier, like 9 or something, if I don't have like a new site for a couple weeks. But we'll see how it is. I also need to learn. Learn new routes so I can expand my reach for opportunities. Because at the moment, I don't have a lot of places I can reach. I'm very bad at driving. So, the music though, goodness gracious! Like, listen to that. So here's some things that I've really noticed about Necrom here, architecturally. Honestly, it's kind of got like an Art Deco thing going on a little bit. Like, I mean, these shapes are very common, as I've talked about over the course of months, are very common in Dunmer architecture. You can see it in Vivek City and stuff, but it never really occurred to me how Art Deco the shape is, which kind of seems interesting considering, their proximity to the Dwemer. It might have even been cross-cultural influence. Another example of that might even be the gold trimming that you see on a lot of stuff here, like tons of stuff. Gold trimming everywhere. And I don't know what they're trying to practice here. Is he trying to break through the ward or whatnot? Because, I mean, like, this place is old. I don't know how old, I just know that it dates back to the First Era, and it predates the Tribunal, right? So that gives, up to... It could be 700 years older than... I would say, like... Again, we're talking over 3,500 years. Is how old this place would be. Over 3.5k. And I'm guessing it probably looks so clean because, man, like, this place is the reverent place for the Dunmer. This is like their most ancient... Well, I don't know about their most ancient settlement, but to my knowledge, it's the oldest I can think of, Other things that I've noticed as well is similarities to like what you see in Somerset. So the classic like Aldmeri influence you see in the brickwork as well. Even though it's a little bit more patchy than what you'd see in Somerset. I sell to the nobility.
I may have misplaced my notes regarding a particularly nasty insect alteration spell. If you find it, I'd ask that you don't read it out loud. I have yet to fully work out the kinks.
Oh god. Oh god.
If it's a mentor you're looking for, I suggest looking elsewhere. I certainly don't have the time or patience to take on an apprentice.
Wait, hold on. I gotta leave. I just wrote.
My dear sister likens magic to music. That a well-executed spell is like an opera. I think that's a foolish thought. Magic is like magic, and I simply won't entertain flowery prose that says otherwise.
You have a fly in your hair. Oh. 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 Wow, it's almost exactly what I was looking for. Hadaris of Godelsfont. Where is that? Godelsfont? The Dunmer of Morrowind follow a number of religious traditions. Depending on who you ask, first and foremost is the reverence of the living gods of the Tribunal, or Malexia, Vivec, and Sothisil. An enduring hallmark of Dark Elf culture revolves around the respect and worship afforded to the spirits of their ancestors. Well, we see both of these traditions practiced among the Dunmer and the Great Houses. Of the tribal Ashlanders worship specific ancestors and the three good Daedra, Azura, Mephala, and both the Ashlander clans reject the divinity of the Tribunal. So how do the Dark Elves reconcile worshipping Daedra alongside their other religious traditions? It all goes back to their predilection towards reference of their ancestors. You see, they consider good Daedra, as they refer to them, as ancestors of all Dark Elf people. This has even been worked to the theology of the Tribunal, which calls these Daedric princes the anticipations of the three. Which I always found hilarious, because it's like, Daedra literally means not our ancestors, and they're like, actually they are, but we're going to keep calling them Daedra. You found 5 yellow leads so far today in the new content. What the heck? Did they, like, increase the odds or something? If there are good Daedra, then you can also expect to find bad Daedra. For Dark Elves, it takes the form of the House of Troubles, also known as the Adversaries and the Testing Gods. The Daedric princes, members Dagon, Sheogorath, Malakath, and Molag Bal, compose this category. Ancient temples dedicating to these princes can be found across Morrowind, and some claim they are still worshipped secretly to the current day. Other examples of Daedric worship, including cults of their princes, can be found occasionally throughout the lands of the Dark Elves, but the most prominent are those described above. In the so-called civilized settlements, where the Tribunal and the Great Houses hold sway, the Temple Ordinators diligently ferret out dissident teachings, including most Daedric worship. Dissident, I like the word they use there. Because, you know, obviously it echoes the dissonant priests, which I don't think are a thing yet. Because, you know, Progress of Truth hasn't been written, I haven't seen it. But yeah, so I mean, that's a good way to let players know, you know, what the good Daedra are to Dunmer, you know. Now, this belief isn't even entirely exclusive to the Dunmer, even. I mean, like even the Psijics. The Psijics' fundamental belief, you know, is that the Aedra and Daedra are ancestors. It's written in the Old Ways, actually. Right here. The Daedra and gods to whom the common people turn are no more than spirits of superior men and women whose power and passion granted them great influence in the afterworld. Pretty much the same thing. So, you can see kind of where the where they kept some beliefs and even other cultures that split off, you know. had those beliefs, and it's cool to kind of see where it all branches out. I wonder how much of this was like added over the years, you know, because this is like a tribunal design. So like, was this added later? I actually, again, don't know how old the city is, but I will find out. I swear I will.
Some spirits around here take offense to me selling soul gems. I suppose I can see their point. If you can't, perhaps more study into the nature of soul gems is worthwhile. Start with Warlock Elinian's Soul Trapping 1.
Yeah, where can I find that?
You're really there. Yes, not a spirit. Then I may ask you to look at my wares. You're really there.
Kind of.
Some spirits around here.
Okay, I think I've got through the dialogue. Ooh, wait, hold on. I was using the wrong keyboard. Dang it. Dang it.
Thank you for your service to the Mages Guild.
Ah, you're just... Is she in every Mages Guild? I just never even really noticed. I love all the tiny mushrooms. A new cult arises. A report by Ordinator Kaleo. As you know, the Ordinators of the Tribunal Temple do not take heresy lightly. When word reached us that the New Daedric cult was attempting to gain a foothold in the Telvanni Peninsula, I was immediately dispatched to assess the situation. Of course, operating in lands under the sway of House Telvanni is never easy in the best of circumstances, but something has made the reticent masters of the house even more uncooperative than usual. You're definitely in on it. A few days getting nowhere, I finally encountered a Breton by the name of Philbert Cian while investigating Necrom. Before I could even ask a single question, he actually started to preach to me about the wonders of Period. Ah, no wonder his name sounds familiar. Prince of Pestilence. Oh my god, wait, hold on. Ooh. He seemed to have no idea that I was an ordinator or even what that meant. I decided to listen and ask some questions of my own, since he was more than happy to discuss his heresy with me. I listened to him drone on about the wonders of pox and disease. He was actually trying to recruit me to convince me to join his cult of sickness and vermin. When I could squeeze a word in edgewise, I asked him if he was part of the new Daedric cult I heard about. Oh, you must mean the Hidden Kindred, he said with some trepidation. It's sort of a loose association of cultists loyal to two different princes. My small branch of dedicated divine skeever followers was summoned to participate. But we decided to forego taking part. There's just me, you see, and I'm not a fan. I'm supposed to be fond, but it's fine. Should I report that? I'm not fond of violence. I say sneeze and let sneeze and all that. Well, the cultist confounded me with this insane rambling. I finally got him to reveal a few pertinent details about the so-called Hidden Kindred Order. He said they consist of an equal number of Periite and Vermina followers. There we go, there's Vermina, everyone, officially. Those loyal to the Princes of Disease and Dreams, a high priest of Periite who calls himself Blightcrown, leads the combined forces. And Filbert claims that while he doesn't know the details, he's sure they have plans to do something unsavory in the region. Before I could ask him more questions or arrest him for heresy, a procession of pilgrims headed towards the necropolis suddenly filled the square. In the press of bodies, I lost sight of the Periite cultists. Well, I don't consider this Philbert Cian to pose much of a threat to the tribunal. What he told me about the Hidden Kindred gives me pause. A joint force consisting of followers of two Daedric princes operating in the Telvanni Peninsula cannot be a good thing. I shall continue to investigate and report my findings as soon as I am able. So there's our confirmation of their alliance between Periite and Vermina, which is interesting. I can see where Vermina would fit into all of this, you know, but Periite really interests me. Where would Periite fit into the theme here? I mean, I guess you could think sickness and the dead, the natural order, death. Holy shit. That might be it. Oh. the natural order sounds like an Ifrit thing, doesn't it? But in Periite's case, it's mostly just like sickness and death, right? So it's like the order is you come in to the world, you know, and the sickness can root you out. So technically, his sphere does include death in that way. I wonder if that's how he is involved in any of this, because we are in a necropolis, right?
To think that necromancer in Tava's blessing had such dark plans. Thank the gods he stopped him.
Dude. My poor screenshot folder, as I said earlier. Man. And the Statue of Vivec. So here's the thing about the statue. I don't know if I can get up there. Hold on. Can I get a better look? There's no door. But there's a door up there though, so I'm gonna see if I can actually get up there and get a better look. Let's make a left. Maybe not. It looks like it's kind of. No, the door is. If that's the door, it's locked. Anyway, so this statue is a depiction, I'm guessing, of Vivec after slaying Golgomor Jill, the beast that supposedly became the foundation for the city of Necrom. Now, as much as I don't want to, you know, desecrate the statue, I'm gonna try to. Okay, I want to see what this thing is. What is that? I've been wondering for months. I haven't been able to get a good look at it, but he also seems to have it on his fingers. Ah, that's fascinating. I'm gonna take a picture so I don't ruin the aesthetic of like standing up here. Sorry, just doing some research. Sorry. So like, yeah, so that's what looks like Golgomor Jill's hand. And then these things, you see these? Like, these are the rocks that are coming out of the ground, these big spires, right? These are differently the spires around Necrom. They almost look like they're, like, resulting of the beast slamming his hand down or something, and Vivec has one in his hand. He seems to have snapped it off or something. Interesting.
The keepers are pretty particular about the urns they use, but I think I can create some that are up to their standards. With enough time, I might even make something that rivals the great artisans. Look at this. My own little spot in the marketplace. Soon I'll have enough pieces made to start selling them.
You're so excited, man. I like his energy.
Look at...
Shaw's bones! I knew the statue was important, but I didn't think it'd be this big.
Interesting. What about the statue?
This city is a lot more colorful than I gave it credit for.
Right? I didn't think that.
You hear City of the Dead and you think grey stones and dusty floors, but look at all this. I thought there'd be more magisters here.
Alan Mages Guild.
From what the other mages are saying, I'm lucky there aren't, but still, I have questions that only they can answer.
I wonder if he's part of a quest or something.
Shaw's bones!
I mean, I need to talk to someone about the statue. Who can talk to me about the statue? Can you? Do you know anything about it?
It's hard living under the eyes of the dead. So many expectations. If you eat here, try not to spill. The keepers aren't fond of messy eaters here.
Yeah, I'm surprised they allowed it at all.
I do my best to keep this space clean, but some of the urns leak.
everything must be in order. This one promised her friend Rowan that she would see him home one final time. A warrior's death and a warrior's funeral. You must forgive Shuzashi Walker. Today is a day of grief for her. She must commit a good comrade to the fires, as his people often do. It is not the way of Suzashi's people, but she does this for her fallen friend. It is a warrior's saddest and most solemn duty. Sometimes she must take the fallen home and see to it they are buried in the manner of their people. Shuzashi will not fail her friend, Rowan.
So they burn these logs and these mushrooms as well. Nice outfit. Apocrypha scholar. I wonder if she's an Arcanist. She just like ran right up next to me. She's got that little pet. I'm definitely gonna open my crate before we're done. She says, hey. Greetings. I need to use my other keyboard. Switch! I'm gonna be getting my new keyboard today, probably. Well, tomorrow. It's in 2 minutes, but... Wait, what?
Guard is on its way.
I hope you don't think you'll get away with that.
Aw, man, you're gonna kill him? He was so happy. He was so... Oh my god.
Waiting for that killer.
I'm gonna see how long she lasts. I thought that was a guard for a second. Come on, I made friends with these people. Let's see, the dailies are, to the right as you come in. Let's see, like, north east of the stables. Spirited Mountains is a good name. Too dreamy. Let's see. They're in the guild apparently? I don't recognize the name. Yeah. Most guys like nice thing about Necrom. There are no nice things about Necrom. They'll respawn. They'll respawn. You'll be okay. It's the city of the dead. It just happens.
A good spot. Until a guard comes along and asks to see him first. Then
Yeah, it's right over here. Dude, that outfit, what? That outfit's cool. Is that new? Is that the new outfit? I gotta check it. Hold on. Where's the outfit? Where's the outfit station? So I wanna use my new costume and then dye it. I gotta take more pictures. The music though. So here's the thing that I'm really... See, here's my thoughts so far, alright? Here's goods, and then things that I'll get over. Goods are like, I'm really happy with like the names of things that they're giving. You know, like you go up to these locations and they have names like Tell Something. You know, it's like, okay, well, they're not just calling it like the Tower of Knowledge or something. They're giving it actual lore names like you're playing Morrowind. Here's something that I'm annoyed. They made the island of Gorin the public dungeon and not Kennel Z. I'm hoping that Kennel Z is at least like a delve or something. I don't know, but I know it's there. But man, why Gorn? At least you get to go to Gorn, you know. It's a little bit closer than what it looks like on the maps usually, you know. It's a little bit closer, but whatever, it's there. So, and hey, hey, what's this? What is that? Dude, look at that V. It's huge. It's huge. It looks like bigger than Necrom. Oh, and there's Sanity's Edge down there. So I'm glad they have this whole area here. This is like what I was worried they were gonna like not include, because the map didn't show this. The map didn't show this in the stream. The stream showed the fill-in cut off here, so I thought this was gonna have nothing. So it looks like they did include it, which I could be very, very happy. It might prove me wrong about them not wanting to fill in all the little gaps. So here's another thing. This has got to be Kennel Z. I believe the lore is that, you know, it's called the Cliff City, I think, and it fell into the ocean after the eruption of Red Mountain in, you know, the early First Era. I'm hoping it's a delve at least. I've been wanting to explore it for a really long time. So yeah, it's something that I've been really focused on this year. I don't know what this is. Oh, this was actually, no, this is probably one of those world events. Yeah, these pools. Yeah, one here, one here, one here. That's 3. I'm missing a lore book. Which lore book? Fragmente Abyssum Hermes Morris. That is a book about, it's kind of a very strange book. I mean, I'm sure the name sounds strange, but it's a story about Ysgramor and his encounter with the Woodland Man. And it has some really cool, like, Elno effects in there. It's got an interesting pace to it, if I remember correctly. There's ancestors in the Dummer as well, which makes sense. Here's the... I'm not going to look at the Apocrypha map yet. I'm sure I'll end up seeing it before the weekend, though. But this says the realm of... It's kind of hard to see the more it goes upside down. The more of... Well, okay. The realm of Apocrypha... Sorry. Is that a... Oh, okay. No, okay, here we are. The Realm of Apocrypha Eternal. Oh, okay, I see. This is the Realm of Apocrypha Eternal Library of Hermaeus. And I don't know what it says on the other side, but I guess we'll translate it later. I like the infinite symbol you can make out of his eye. This is cool. Over here, this little circular area. This is intriguing. What kind of structure is this? I can't make heads or tails of it. I mean, it does share this interesting color here. Maybe it's like just a big platform in this ancient Dunmeri architecture. I mean, I actually am not entirely sure if... Well, I mean, Necrom is Chimeri in origin. You know, that's how old it is. But, like, they definitely added stuff. So it's like, okay, well, what's added, what's not. But just the foundation in general, this city is Chimeri. That's how absolutely ancient it is. Old AF. It's really fascinating to know that, you know, back in the day they just wrote, this is what Necrom looks like. You know, they were like, it's got really tall walls, and it's got, they said gleaming white towers. That definitely is what Definitely what led them to go the more pale stone route. You know, see it gleaming in the sun. I can't wait to see what this place looks like at night when that happens. Where'd that or the Khajiit lady go? She was here somewhere. I would talk to everybody. Here she is.
Mansoura has lived here most of her life, and there are still corners she hasn't discovered before. She hopes you have time to explore too. Newcomers tend to think this city is dreary and macabre, but it isn't. What is better than taking delight in death? This city is delightful, but these are Mansoura's favorite streets.
Man, I mean, look at that. These pointed curves connecting these arches definitely has a Daedric temple aesthetic to it. Lost in market. We're in the marketplace, just like I don't understand where I am. Man, I mean I almost just want to make an Arcanist like right now. You know? Like, I mean, like, that's something I can definitely just do by myself, you know? Make an Arcanist character. I've had some ideas, but nothing really solid. Oh, this is interesting. Putting up some flags here. So I was thinking earlier, can you imagine... Oh, okay, that's because this is like the marketplace. This was just, you know, you got some clothes here, flags here. It's a little bit more decorated than the rest of the stuff. But I was thinking, like, can you imagine, you know, if we didn't have ESO? Well, it's like, you know, oh, we'd have other Elder Scrolls games, you know, but obviously we've been waiting over 10 years for the next one. So it's like we wouldn't have anything aside from Blades or Legends. And then, even if we did get, you know, an Elder Scrolls game, God, like, every rarely now and then, like, they probably wouldn't choose to go back to Morrowind, because it's like, oh, Morrowind's, you know, we've already been there, we have other places to go to. So, like, I don't think we like ever actually get the chance to really see Necrom. It's just, we're just really so blessed to have this, you know, this game that allows us to see every corner of Tamriel without, you know, having to worry, oh, will it be good enough for a massive game that's got a top Skyrim, you know? It's just, we have this whole game where we can just see every little bit, you know. Maybe someday we'll end up seeing like Soul Rest or something, you know, Hellstrom, but like, whereas the main devs might be like, oh, it's not worth putting a game there or whatever, you know. We don't have to really worry about that. I think that's really one of the blessings of ESO, is that, like, because it's a constantly updating game, they're like, let's just cover everything. And like, I mean, how many people would have guessed that we would be seeing Necrom in this high quality too? You know, this level of quality.
The necropolis is closed? That's never happened before.
We Keepers of the Dead understand your frustration. I'm sure the Abbot will sort things out in no time.
Really? It's closed. Okay. No wonder I couldn't get in.
Ghoul, can you imagine not letting me, of all people, into the necropolis? This better be sorted quickly.
Of all people?
Ghoul, can you imagine not...
Who are you? Wait a minute. Who are you?
All these problems at the necropolis really have caused the Keepers a headache. I really hope it's sorted soon.
The casual way that she's talking about that, I hope it's not like some sort of necromancy.
All these problems at the...
Okay, well, I gotta learn about what is going on, but I won't be doing main quest yet, you know. That's probably gonna be on the weekend. Fortune's Fount? Oh, it's the bank. Good God, just takes my breath away. Holy smokes. Ugh. You can see the classic stone patchwork, like what you see in Vivek City. I went over that, I think, on the weekend. A very, very common Khmer Dunmer motif. And also, there's more of those scattered, separated lines that you also see, paired with sigils that have the same motif, but I don't quite know what they mean. Wow.
This is the most secure vault in all Necrom. For valuables, I mean. There are vaults for people too. In the catacombs, not the bank. Please don't leave dead people here.
Okay.
You'll be pleased to know we are exceptionally incurious about what you leave with us.
Oh, even if it's the body?
Good practice when dealing with Helvan. What can we do for you?
It sounds like people have tried to leave bodies here.
Welcome to Necrom. We treat your deposits like our own. Maybe that didn't come out, right? How can I help you?
Oh man, okay, so I gotta go over my. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk to the banker, and then I'm gonna go over my rewards. All right. But I want to talk to Class over here.
Trying to decide which bank to use. You could go with the North, but this is not solitude. You're in Necrom, and Dark Elves have more experience running businesses in this city. Do business or move along to another line. I have no time to haggle. Necrom has strict regulations against thievery. Your coins are safe here.
I'm sure that's probably, I mean, it's kind of the same in most places. Alright, so let's check these things out. I like how, like, instead of, because what they did was probably, they kept getting people, you know, saying, they're going through all their, like, notifications for things that they got, probably got a little bit overwhelming, so they just kind of gave you a mail and said, this is what you should look for. So, let's start with the Hermitage Servitor. Hermitage Servitor. Gibber. Oh, I'm sorry. Gibber. Someone made this. I reached out to Apocrypha, to a place of pure thought and potential, and when I withdrew, this hideous, unblinking monstrosity stepped from the shadows. It will not leave. It will not stray. Why? Why? Final notes of Irishan Scipius. Oh lord. Maybe you shouldn't have reached out to Apocrypha. But he's mine now. His name's Gibber. Oh, you can do random mount? That's fun. I forgot about this. Random favorite mount. Dude, that's cool. Okay, that's pretty neat. Alright, so Cypher's Eye Pocket Watcher Pet, so we will go through that. What have you learned, Watcher? Mortals on Nirn keep small companions. Oh, is that so? Names, you say? As my small companion, you wish one? Very well, I shall call you Ocula. You have indeed earned it. Oh, that's Morian Zenis. Morian Zenis. Interesting that he almost acts like he doesn't know anything about Mortals of Nirn. He's like, Mortals of Nirn keep small companions? Has he, like, forgotten things? But like, when did he say this as well? I'm hoping that, like, we can encounter Morian Zenis in some capacity. It'd be pretty cool. I think I heard that we will indeed be doing that. Dark Lady's Headrest Memento. So let's just get out my. Let's do this. Dark Lady's headrest. And we will put it here for now. Perfect for sleeping. Oh, I'm dreaming of giant clouds. I had a nightmare. That was me the other day. I had quite the nightmare. I don't remember anything about it though. I literally just remember it was a nightmare. That was weird. That was weird but elaborate. Sitting Scholar emote, Leaning Scholar emote, and Standing Scholar emote, Knowledge Eater outfit style. Let's look at the Knowledge Eater stuff really quick actually first. Is this the only way you can get it? Dang. Oh, it's got a hood. That's pretty good. Okay, nice, nice. Okay. I like it. Obviously, I dye it better, but I like it. Okay, yeah, so I think I saw someone wearing this as well. This looks really good. Nice and clean. It dyes pretty well. Weapon styles, it doesn't have any, but it still looks pretty good. The other ones were emotes. And they were called the Scholar. So I'm wondering if I could just type in Scholar? Yeah, it comes up with all of them. Alright, Sitting Scholar. So I can sit down in a chair and read. My life is complete. This makes me so happy, man. To just sit here and read a book. It's great. The lighting looks so dramatic. It's like a Renaissance painting. Alright, so let's do Leaning Scholar. Oh. No, let's do Standing Scholar first, and then I'll do Leaning. This looks like I'm leaning. Did I do the wrong one? Or is it different? Well, this one is Standing Scholar, though it looks like Leaning Scholar to me. What does Leaning Scholar look like? Leaning Scholar. Ah. Okay. More like a laying scholar, but okay. I mean, like, they all look fantastic, though. Strange names aside, they all look fantastic. Just gotta remember which one does what. God, that looks so good. Look at my little tail. I just want to, like, sit in the corner like this. This is, like, these are the best emotes ever for me. I gotta, like, put them on my hotkeys, you know? Yeah, I could definitely do that. Alright. Let's, look at the... So that was... These were the deluxe ones, and, so that's more a formal attire costume. That's what I'm really looking forward to using. Apocryphal Bookworm Pet. Wait, really? Oh, that's... Oh, yeah, that's the, that is the, Ice Wraith looking one, and the treasure maps and the crown crate and the experience scrolls. So let's read the description for the worm really quick. Some claim these curious Daedric worms from Apocrypha devoured books to vouchsafe the knowledge for their master. Others believe cultists or more use these creatures to hunt tomes long thought lost. Perhaps you know the truth. Its name is Knows Everything. Knows Everything. Is a know-it-all. Wait, no. Hold on. Okay, so it's called Sidros Mora Formal Attire. I'm going to wear my actual hat so that I can get to the... Here I go. Oh my god, it is so good. Look at the sleeves! I love baggy sleeves! The use of red star shells marks this clothing as valuable and extremely rare, so if you're ever gifted with this outfit by Telvanni, prize it highly and wear it well, and come back to Sidros Mora if you need repairs. Rallis Given Taylor. God, I mean, like, even not using my my hat, it looks fantastic. Even I love the smooth curves, and then it comes out with the pointed spikes. kind of gives almost a sinister look to it. But in this case, I'm just a nerd. It is fantastic. One of the best costumes in the game. Like, the design is wonderful. I wonder how well it dies. Maybe I should wear it in black, to be honest. I don't know. But let's go and try to dye it anyway. I would guess the crafting area or the outfit station would be around here. Yeah, it's around there. So we're gonna go. And then I'm gonna make dinner. I had a a leftover thing to heat up. I heated it up for like a minute, so I could eat it while we played because I was famished. But my actual dinner, that was just a typing over. My actual dinner's waiting. So. Okay, I got so like enraptured in all the amazing stuff that I completely spaced on the fact that I was looking for an outfit station. It's around here somewhere. No, that's locked. Where is it? It kind of some of the music kind of had almost like a church organ sort of a spookiness to it there, but it was like a choir. Beverages for the bereaved. Ah, okay, it's good. This is one of those good ingredient these cookbooks. There's Sajama Passe, I'm guessing that's how you say it. Flynn Fizz, Swamp Muck. It definitely sounds like an Argonian thing. I'll look into that later. If I type in Fizz, I'm sure it'll come up. I'm in kind of a hurry right now. Where is the outfit station? It's gotta be around here somewhere. The crafting area. Oh wait, I went too far. Feast of on the Dead Chapter 4. Are there other chapters? I mean, or is it just like one of those fake ones where it's like Chapter 4 where you just found it? I'm gonna hold on to it then, because I don't want to read it out of order.
There were rumors of dark elves disappearing in Marlok's Maw. Turns out a gang of orcs were behind it.
Okay, I'm confused. Am I being blind? Is it up? Can you get up there? Well, it says it's... I don't know. Is it over here? I'm just not seeing it. I see provisioning. Oh, no. Wait, hold on. I'm in the wrong place. Silly me. I'm in the wrong place. I wasn't even looking at my own marker. You guys are like, what is he doing? Hi, I've been alive. How have you been? I better be able to find this outfit station. I'm checking out the new chapter. Picking apart every single thing I can, but not too fast, obviously, because then it gets... Yeah, then I've done it all. I'm looking for the outfit station right now, actually. Ah, there it is. Ah, yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Look at that. Excellent. Just pristine. Divine. How long has it been since you've been offline from ESO? Let's see. It says 3 months. Which I can't imagine myself, but... Oh, he's got a book! He likes to read! Facebook exploded right as I tried to get a picture. Go figure. Dude, like, man, I wish it was the weekend so I could really take my time and do an architectural deep dive, like a series of tweets. I might just do it anyway. Whatever. So here's where you pick up the dailies. So you pick up the dailies here, and then you do them here. So, like, you go from, like, here, down this way, grab it, do it. I don't know where you turn them in, though. So, let's find out. You thought it's been longer? Oh, look, there's a Telvanni sigil on the side. Man, this is one of the coolest sounds. I'm sorry, this is just like one. Like, this has everything I want. The bagginess to it, the like. The hood looks amazing. It's got a very pompous collar, to be honest, but that makes it unique. Okay, so here's jewelry. Oh my god, the way that it looks like when you take the hood off. God. Such a good... I mean, I've been looking forward to this costume for a long time, but I didn't think it looked this good. Okay, and then alchemy's here. I should do like a test to see how long it'll take to do these things. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I'm getting a new keyboard, and it should be here tomorrow, and I also bought a USB extender because I'm out of USB slots. That's why my camera isn't on. So that should be coming in as well. So I'm going to get a USB extender. I'm going to plug my camera into it, and I'm going to plug my mic into it. Nothing that I could feel latency with. And then I'm going to hopefully be able to stream with my camera. Though I don't have anything behind me with my new setup, but, you know, I at least would prefer to have my camera on. What's new with the game? Oh my goodness. So Necrom just dropped. I don't know if you know. This chapter just dropped, you know, just today, or yesterday, I guess, because it's after 12 now. But it just dropped on the 5th. I'm just jumping into it. I'm an hour and a half in, you know, checking out all the new things that I got. This whole new city, whole chapter, man. I still haven't opened my crate. I need to do that. Let's see. What was I doing? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh hey, cool. These have like repeatable symbols on them now. Nice. Look at that quality of life update. That's new. Okay, where is the... Here we are. So far, it seems pretty accessible, but I don't know where the turn-in area is. That's kind of what dictates whether or not this is going to be a great place to do writs. Let's see. Clothier, Enchanter is next. Then let's see, Woodworker. Let's do Woodworker because I'm near it. Do I have a job right now? It's a funny question. I do until the 10th, because on the 10th, the site that I'm working at loses its contract, and so I need to find another site. But I'm really in no rush. I've already paid rent for the month, so I can take my time looking. I don't want to get a bad site or anything, so... And, you know, taking time to kind of hang out and check out this chapter probably won't kill me. It's kind of an opportunity without, you know, getting in trouble. I'm not super hyped about it at all. It's something that I'm actually very stressed about, but I'm trying not to think about it. I'm not stressed about the break time. You know, like I said, I can afford it. I'm just stressed about, like, if I make the wrong decision, you know, after maybe like a week or two of looking, I don't want to pick the wrong place. Well, oh, that was the fillet thing. I'm really zoomed out here. Really zoomed out. Yeah, I hope I find something too, because the job that I have now is my favorite job I've ever had, and so yeah, it's been very stressful. I want to find something like it, and you know, if I can't, then I'll just keep looking, I guess. Ooh, look at this. Oh, that is fascinating. What does it mean? Huh. I think I scared him off. Oh, right, hold on. Okay, so now we can check where we want to turn this in. Alright, so let's go back to the crafting area here. We've done all our writs, and let's see, where do we turn it in? And, oh. I guess it's okay. There's a little bit of distance. I mean, it makes sense if you want to go back to the Way Shrine, I guess. It's not the worst. It's like you pop in, do stuff, and then pop here. Yeah, that's okay, I guess. How late do I usually stream at night? Usually until like 2:30. And then I go to bed at... I stream maybe 2 or 2:30 a.m. and then I go to bed at like 6:30 and wake up at noon or 12:30, and then I go to work and come back at around 10:40, and then I stream at 11:30, and it's a cycle. I started early today because, you know, I wanted Mom and Dad to join me. In fact, my title probably didn't even say with family because I totally forgot to put that, but doesn't matter. But I'm checking out all these things. I'm not gonna obviously I'm not gonna do everything. I'm mostly looking at Necrom today. The city. What in the world? How did you get up there? So is someone abusing Apocryphal Gate already to get up there? Or can you just do that? Oh, you can... Really? Wait, hold on. How does that work? Ah. Well, that took a little while to kick in, didn't it? I guess because I was going through the menus for so long. Okay, so there's a balcony here. Is this for a cool view? Yeah. You just look down at everybody. Wait, hold on. What's this? Ah, someone's house. Athralas Hlalo. Remember when I saw Hlalo at first, I was like, wait, is that a Hlalu typo? But nah, it's just a different name.
Admiring the view of our fair city? Understandable. I like to walk the battlements and do the same. The dome to our right is Necrom's Way Shrine, and just past that you can see the Guild District.
Interesting that he makes a reference to the Way Shrine. You don't actually hear a lot of lines about Way Shrines. I'm 2 hours ahead of Pacific time. Yes. So right now it is 12:30 for me.
Such a strange assortment of people find their way to Necrom these days. The result of the Tribunal's alliance with the Nords and Argonians, I suppose. Just remember, there is no war in Telvanniland, Sir Yo. You look lost, stranger. Let me guess. You're looking for the inn, or perhaps the Guild District. Take the stairs behind us and turn left. I'm sure you will find whatever you need below. Good day.
Man. He just starts pushing me around. I got the stupidest grin on my face right now. Yeah, I actually did not check out the inn. I suppose I should do that.
Thank you, ancestors, for your efforts, and know that I will build the foundation for those who come after.
Also, thank you, Zos, for actually picking a drawn loading screen, or at least it looks drawn. Because because we've been getting like more rendery looking images. Like the loading, the login screen is a render. And it's like I like to see even just some concept art or something. I'd like to see that. And they really they picked a good one. It's kind of like nostalgic because a lot of base game had that. Ooh, the spires of the 34th sermon. Okay, so the 34th sermon of Vivec is the thing I posted today on Twitter. It's the sermon about Vivec slaying the beast Golgomor Jill. It's a story all about basically nature and identity, and like who you are as a person. Basically, he kills Golgomor Jill, and Golgomor Jill's body becomes the foundation for Necrom. And I want to let me see how they reference that in this book. It keeps focusing on the "the." Hold on, why is that happening? Is that because of? I don't know why that's happening. Something to do with my add-on being weird. If I typed in something like, I don't know. Okay, now that's done that, and then I can click escape. Let me see if it puts it away. Yep. As far as the 34th sermon, note, these scrolled and unattributed recollections were found in a water-soaked and torn journal in the back streets of Necrom. It's unsure when this account was written. The language used marks it as old, which is old. An associate in the city brought it from a dead keeper for a few coins, and I include it here as an ancillary to this month's folkloric publication for posterity. The poignant experiences of the supplicant are worth remembering, I feel. Top Papa, watch over all who seek truth and faith. Zamshik Af Halaz, University of Gwillem. Okay, so here's the excerpt. I stood in the Necrom courtyard and lifted my gaze to the heavens. My eyes were wet with tears, and my father's ashes still fell from my hair. We had always stared in wonder at the spurs of rock, he and I. Was it real? Was the monster there before us, just as the 34th sermon proclaimed? The monster being Golgomor Jill. There was nothing for me here. The house had turned its back. Mother had long been in the crypts, and I know I should have felt relief. Relief that his pain had ended. That he stood with Mother and my ancestors and would await my own arrival at their side. I still had his knucklebone in my pocket, ready to add to the shrine at home, ready to join the pantheon of our own vaunted dead, which is probably a reference to, what, a waiting door? Probably. I took a ferry for Vivec City. I would ask the master, surely they will answer a grieving son. I arrived amid us. The queue was long and the standing arduous. I was used to the comfortable pillows, the flickering candlelight, the scratch of a quill nib. All the coin in my purse went to alms, to food for myself and the other penitents, to the clergy who assured me that they could get me in to see the master all the faster. Their smiles were so bright, I remember their teeth so white. I could not recall how long I waited, how long before the alms had given way to a fast. If I had wanted a simple prayer, I was told, it would be a matter of hours. So I said, I must ask them a question. Ask the poet about his art. It will be a long while, they said. Days, they said. It didn't matter. I needed the truth. It was a lordhouse when I knelt by the master's side. I kept my head down, as I'd been told, but I could feel the heat of his gaze as he sat floated before me. I do not know how long I had been waiting for this moment, but the water I sipped from the ladle was clean and cool. The wick-wheat crisps were like a feast. I had tried to speak, but only rasps emerged. I could feel the master's patience strong and deep, and the passage of time. I had so little time. When I finally felt I could say what I came to say, I raised my head. A muttered oath from the clergy behind me, but the face of the master did not change. They waited. I've waited a long time, Lord, and come far. I, my father, and his father before him, write the scrolls of the dead for those who come to Necrom. My family has stood in the city courtyard for centuries now and looked to the spires. We wondered and talked and recited the 34th sermon because your words moved us so, and in particular my father, who went to join his ancestors just a short while ago. This was the most I had spoken in many days, and I needed the moment to recover. The master's face did not shift nor twitch, not a jot, as they continued to watch me. I must ask you, Master, for my father and my family, so I may return to Necrom and say to the people of the city what is true and what is poetry. Are the spires that rise above the city the bones of Gulgamore Jill? Is it true that he was a son of Molag Bal? Interesting. I have actually never heard that. That's a new thing. That's really interesting. Then you meet him at the village. That you met him at the village by the sea, where the beast sat with its legs in the ocean and trouble looked on his face, and that it went willingly to its death at the end of Muatra, that now lies beneath the city, that is my home. The mother father of monsters, the master of Morrowind, and the Lord Vivec sat and gazed upon me for so long, I thought I had died. I felt my body fall away from my mind, and a corona of light bloomed about the torches that lit the room. I wept. But why, Master? Why use words such as those when ones would mean so much to a mortal that loves you? They shook their head, a small movement that tousled my hair and caused the Archcanon by the door to faint. You want unambiguous truth where none exists. You want me to solve a mystery that exists within a metaphor, when that is not my role at all. The Master's face was almost sad as they spoke. Daughter, son of Ash, last of your line, not all the things in the world are for you to know. The sermons do not care if you understand them any more than I, who told you this thing, that the world must make sense, that a thing must be either or not, that there exists nothing in between. I could not bear to hear another word, but the Master spoke again. I can see that this answer does not please you, that you feel your time here misspent, but a life cannot be misspent. A life is not the arc of a moon soaring through the heavens, or the line of an arrow seeking the throat of a guar. They leaned down, and I could feel the divine breath upon my face. The last thing they said to me before they gestured, and light left the room before I was alone, truly and completely alone, was this. Your life is nothing more or nothing less than a series of events from which you learn a lesson, or you do not. And that choice of that truth is yours, and yours alone. The master of word salad. No, in seriousness, so it obviously Vivec's main attribute is, is being so many things, right? Not one permanent singular thing. As you can see here, even they is being used. They, them pronouns are being used for Vivec, as well, calling, Vivec mother, father. He's you can pretty much just use anything for Vivec because Vivec, wants to be all things. So it's kind of in his nature to be kind of this way, as referenced a lot in the sermon itself. Again, this is the 34th sermon, so if you read through that, you might actually. I think reading through that sermon and then reading through this, like back to back, would actually reveal a few things. Also, maybe reading Ancestors in the Dunmer, that might be a good one as well. That's actually in ESO as well. Both those books are. Ancestors in the Dunmer is a lore book, so you can find that around this zone, actually, because I saw it on the listing. But yeah, so if you want a direct answer from Vivec, you're not going to get one, really. You're really just not going to get one. But it's definitely like the mortals struggle to wanting to understand everything. It's kind of a general vibe, I think, with this DLC. You want to know things, and yeah, obviously I want to know. Also, they don't capitalize Gogomore Jill here, but I guess that's okay. And I don't this portion here I don't think has ever been referenced unless I totally missed it in the subtext, and I'm not a very bright man, so maybe I didn't. Great book though. I forgot where I was. Like, what was I doing? Oh, there at the inn. Is this the inn? Vivek is very much like kind of the nature of Nirn in general. Because Nirn, or I guess kind of, you know, the Mundus as a whole, and in fact the Arbus in general, is all kind of, it's been described in the Anuad as, you know, being not yes and not no. You might have heard the term maybe used. Look out for the word maybe being used in specific contexts in the other scrolls, and you'll notice a pattern. That is also heavily attributed to Vivek, who is not one really or the other. Maybe it's just the nature of things. But like, Nirn means gray maybe, right? Because gray is not white and not black, it's between, and maybe is not yes or no, it's between. And so that's a theme that is reoccurring. What is this room even for if this doesn't go anywhere? I guess, is this someone's house? Oh wait, I think it is, but like, something happened here. They didn't eat their food. Okay, well, I don't remember what room this is. Oh, that's right. No, Houseview Apartments? Oh, okay, so that is where people live. Then how do I get to the inn? Mortar Solace? That is, like, the best name for an inn here. I still haven't, like, used my mount yet. I'm gonna use my mount later, and also the crate. I still got the crate. But yeah, those sigils, the sigils on the rocks around here, I don't know what those mean. I don't know if those are related to Gogomore Jill, but I was thinking, I'm gonna get on a tangent again, but really quick, I was thinking this afternoon as I was I read the 34th sermon and was kind of thinking about what it's about and stuff, and I noticed a few things that I posted on Twitter about, like, its references to potentially a waiting door and other stuff you find in Ancestors in the Dunmer. But I saw that the UESP posted a book that I haven't read yet because it's new. They posted a book about Nimics, and you know, I've been really been into Nimics, you know, the past few years, and so I'm really glad that they're getting, like, put in the foreground, like, even more this year. But I didn't read the book. I just read a little bit of the book. But the very beginning, it looks like, talks about Dagon. It says, like, Dagon, like Dagon, his identity, you know, is to be a Prince of Destruction. That's who Dagon is, you know. Nimics and Dagon are often seem to be brought up. This is like the third time in the Elder Scrolls, but it's just kind of like his Nimic is like his identity. It's his true self. It's his everything, you know. It's just like his fundamental truth, I guess would be a good way to say it. And I can't pronounce his Nimic because don't even ask me to try. But that got me thinking. Like, that matches up a lot with what you see in the 34th sermon, because the 34th sermon is about nature and identity and truth, right? It's about, like, who you are as a person. And so, like, this general vibe of Nimics being paired with the potential, like, lore being dropped in the 34th sermon, I think it's probably all gonna come together. And even if it doesn't, I would say it's definitely a purposeful decision to have those two things be a general theme of this DLC. Okay, so there's a Tales of Tribute place in here. I hear music. Wow. Singing about Hermes more right here. It's like a comfy place. I like this song. It's so open in here. Like, really open. Goodness gracious.
New in town? I haven't seen you in here before. Make yourself comfortable, and someone will be around to wait on you soon. I've got to finish tidying up here, or Elvel will have my head. Is there something I can help you with? And mind how you answer. Elvel doesn't pay me enough to put up with clumsy passes, if that's what you had in mind. If you're looking for something to drink, the bar is right over there. If you're looking for something else, keep on looking. This isn't that kind of establishment, and I'm not that kind of tavern maid.
Interesting face paint. Yeah, there's probably a lot of people drinking. It's a stressful area. Balmore Blue. Oh, this is cool. These are nice little areas. Okay, so there looks like there are actually up to 4 chapters of this. So that's one. I'm gonna keep collecting these. Actually, I should have probably read that, but I kind of want to look around really quick. Everything that I read obviously goes into my lore library, and I can Google it, I can search it blech, with my my fancy add-on, which thank God hasn't glitched out because of the update. What is this? They're just looking at the seats. He just jumps over the balcony. Ah, here's the tribute. Okay. Here's more of those like three-part pictures. Night Zoker, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Really quick, I'm gonna go and put together my taco salad and be back. If I get kicked, I'll just log back in. But it shouldn't really take that long. So I might have to get water. Oh my legs. Alright, give me a second to get some water. Okay, I'm back. I've got taco salad. Ah, yeah. Good, Lauren. That looks so good, man. Look at that. It's so good. Final rest ratings. Everything's got to be like named after death. Okay. I'm putting Thousand Island on my taco salad. I don't know if that's a normal thing people do, but I really like Thousand Island on taco salad. Taco salad is a really good summer food, especially after refrigerated.
Rupert are right. Do we slaughter Dominion children in their cribs? It is not done. You won't find a single unpolished surface in here. That's what I'm known for, you know. Merkholg's wares are so shiny you can see your ancestors in them. No one sources furniture like Merkholg. There is no line I won't cross. Envious of the furniture in someone else's home? Just give me their address.
What?
You smell that? It's a special incense mix of my own creation. I call it things Merkholg stepped on while walking home. On account of it being made of, well, you know.
I think he doesn't sell incense. Ooh, wow. I think that, honestly, I think that, like, no other team I've ever seen making any games I've ever played have done such a good job of, you know, of keeping consistent motifs and styles in a thoughtful and consistent way. Maybe I don't play enough things, I guess. But like, wow, they don't go the extra mile. They go like into the next galaxy. I mean, I spent probably like what, an hour and a half in the city alone. Yeah. I still don't know that Necropolis or whatever is down to the south, because Necrom is not the only necropolis. You know, there's other necropolises as well. Places, you know, where they inter the dead. Elthranus being one. You can find that in Snowfalls. Necrom, though, is understandably the largest, I think, and most famous. It's in the name.
I don't believe in black markets, in so much as I don't enjoy selling goods in damp caves or cobweb-filled catacombs. I much prefer selling my wares under the sun, and if that means not selling contraband, so be it.
Just gonna say so. You kind of sound like you sell contraband on the black market.
Just passing through? I pray you stay a while. The funerary rites of Necrom are a wonder to behold. As fine a city as any merchant could ask for. I see you eyeing my wares. I promised every item here was sourced equitably. And by equitably, I mean it was cleaved, plucked, or hewn by someone I don't question and relatively trust.
But whom?
God will find you and make you pay.
You careful, man. Using your fancy freaking magic powers here. Just trying to sell stuff. Honestly, the nerve. Now I could just. Let's see, what's this? A Necrom outskirts. Okay, this is the way shrine that they just kind of give us. Let's go and check this out. I know what this is, but I want to check it out still. Okay.
Fate needs you, Crosby.
Okay. Her sickles look like a tail for a second. I'm like, wait, what? Wow. Tomb of the Nameless Master by Fallout Boy.
The Dark Elves burn their dead. Did you know that? I should learn more within Necrom. Perhaps after helping competitors with their battlegrounds needs.
Dang it.
Ah, it is nice to be in a new land, learning new customs and playing for the Fire Drakes. I promise that I sell the best goods to all who can pay. Here's my.
It's such a vibrant red. Either scintillating scarlet or something else. But I gotta keep going this way.
Ho there.
Hi.
Traveler.
What's up?
Can you help me?
I can, but not now. He'll be cool. He'll be fine. So these, yeah, I mean, like, these are probably ancient Chimerian inscribings. But as for what they depict, I see like 3 or 4 of the same sigils. I don't know if they're figures or letters. I don't know. Wow, yeah, I just got a gold lead. Look at that. Setting sap. Just got a gold lead. So yeah, Gorn's up here. I guess that's our public. That right there is our public dungeon. Gorn. Kind of bummed, but who knows what Gorn can have. All I care about is if Chemozi is a thing. Hopefully it's a delve. If it ain't gonna be a public dungeon, hopefully it's a delve. But I'm glad they're giving Gorn some love. So. Oh wait. That's well, actually no, that's not Gorn. So I was like, wait, what? I can't even see it.
Seek help in Necrom, or are you there?
It's over there. Eh, sorry, man. Later. Wait, are you wearing? What are you wearing? What outfit is that? Not familiar. Okay, I'll probably just place furnishings when I'm done. I didn't even think to check my endeavors, guys. Just so occupied. Great arm. I mean, I mean, I don't know if the other ones have body part names. I guess maybe not, but I guess this is the arm. Is this like Mount Anui or something? Tell Hlurog Ven. Yes, more lore names. Give me more lore names, yes. I don't care if it's hard to remember. Give it to me. Hello? What the heck are you? Those look like a hunger when they're all bundled up. Huh. Ah! Yeah, there it is. Ooh. Hmm. Reina, hello. Necrom is amazing. Like, I'm just getting carried away. You know? I mean, like, I literally time just flew. I went to go downstairs to get myself some food, and I literally was like, wait a minute. Life is completely different. I'm so used to the alienness of Morrowind that going down the stairs was very mundane. I was like, I need to get back to Morrowind. Real life is boring. So this looks like it was busted open. Unlike everything else in Necrom, this looks like it's in horrible condition. And I wonder why. Did it used to not look like this? It's a pool of water. Definitely connected to more, obviously, because it's water. And it's wait, actually no, maybe this isn't the world event, because it's not marked as one. I saw a world event on the bar. I thought this was. What is it then? And why can't I jump in it? I think it might still be connected to Mora. Something. I mean, it's got water. I can't jump in it. It's got steps. Like this is an opening. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, it's actually crumbling, unlike everything in Necrom, which they seem to take insane good care of. Tell Barrow. I'm gonna take this. Look how vibrant these mushrooms are. Look at this. And take a picture of him with it. Look at this costume, by the way, you know? It's just not one of the best costumes in the game. I am in love with this costume. Like, this came with the pre-order. Yeah, he looks fantastic in it. This seems like such an iconic outfit. Like the ultimate wizard outfit. Alright, so here comes the moment of truth. We're gonna stop by to at least glance at Kimmel Z. We're not gonna go in yet, but we're gonna look at it. Okay, so here's one. Edifice. Okay, so that's a world event. Interesting. Fungal Downs Edifice. There's a Kagudi. Yep. Yep. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. It's one of those. Yeah, yep. Okay, so see this? See this? It's a seeker, right? It's a seeker. The seeker is probably being mind controlled or something because it's got like this weird thing over its head. It is a 3-tick. It's 1.8 mil. I don't want to take that thing on. But it looks like they've added wandering world bosses into this chapter. No idea. They didn't say anything about that. Took me completely by surprise earlier when we saw one dead in the road. Insane. 3-tick. Just a 3-tick. Hanging around. I don't want to deal with that. Just got... I mean, like... The health is pretty big. I might be able to deal with it by myself, but, you know, I'm not gonna. So cool and icky. Yeah, I think it's being mind controlled. My theory is that they're being mind controlled by Namira, or not by Namira, by Vermina, because Vermina, like, took their names and learned how to control them by stealing their Nimics. Speaking of Nimic, this is a Bastion Nimic. Right here. The new world events. You can't just walk in, though. So essentially, yeah, without the actual quest, I think you need a quest. You can't actually access this, and you're just kind of standing ankle deep in Mountain Dew. But if you do have the quest, you can go in here with, like, I think up to 4 players and take on the Bastion Mimic. But it looks like you need quests. I'm just gonna read. This is fine. The texture of the liquid's fantastic. It's actually warmer than it looks. Yeah, I got a bunch of new emotes, new costumes, new costume, new outfit, all these cool new things. Hooks underwater. Well, I think the green water is, honestly, if I was to guess, some sort of chaotic creation. I don't know. I would guess that probably like the water that you find in Apocrypha is it's like its form of Azure Plasm. But it might just be weird magical water. But you can't actually portal into it until you have that quest. I've never done it. Never done it. If it's not water, then what is it? They did a really good job with the color palette. You got these really warm reds, you know, make some magentas. I'm gonna be heading over to what I'm assuming is Kennel Z. It's got to be Kennel Z, you know. So, oh, you can see Bardau over there in the distance. There's another one of those Seekers. Yeah. Oh my god, he's getting... No. Yeah, that's Bardau. Even though it should probably be lower, but whatever. You know, it's lower when I do, you know, when I go there because I've done the main quest. But yeah, that's Bardau. You can see it because I'm looking over the ocean at Vardenfell. Why were you shocked to hear that's Bardau? Were you shocked to see it? Oh. Yeah. Because let me show you. Let me show you. We're looking right at Vardenfell, so when I look at Bardau, you see I'm looking right at the Vex City. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so let's see. Please. Well, there's a quest, at least. It's not a delve, but it is a place with a quest. Interesting to decide not to make it a delve, though. But here we are at Kennel Z.
Brigands, scoundrels, fleshy constructs.
Fleshy? What? Oh. Painted eye. When was the last time we saw the painted eye? Huh. Leyland? Yeah, that's what I thought. Interestingly enough, this is one of the very few places we've had a reference to Necrom in ESO. They want liberation of prisoners. Himandril currently in prison for arson and Necrom, which is weird. Obviously, all these demands were just a distraction. They were not actually real demands. They were all fake. But it's weird that they would make a reference to that. What are they doing here? So, Kemel Z is the cliff city, and if I recall correctly, a lot of it fell into the ocean from the eruption of the Red Mountain back in the early First Era. So that's why you can see a lot of it in the ocean on the map here. It looks like something terrible happened there. It looks like there was more here, but it all fell apart. So that's staying true to the history of this location. There's a book about it. God, it's really treacherous. Can't go in through that way. Okay, so they block my path here. Let me try to... That didn't help. Ow! Yeah, it's really hard to get around. Okay, that's not happening. Yeah, I don't think I can. Huh. Maybe you have to do the quest if you want to get over there. But I want to see it. I want to see it in the ocean. Dang it. Yeah. I'm not going to do the quest right now, though. But yeah, that's Kemel Z. I think you can find ruins of Kemel Z in ESO. Here's part 1, part 2, and part 3. Yeah, also known as Cliff Sea, Kemel Z lies on the mainland side of Vardenfell Rift, which is this side. It's rolling down the sheer coastal cliff. Travelers from the east coast of Vardenfell often visit the site by boat, and it can also be reached overland from nearby villages without undue hardship. See, you can just kind of walk over here. But I am having some hardship because I'm stupid, I guess. This book was written back in 2002 for Morrowind. Not surprised to see you here. Oh, there's a ship? I guess so. It's kind of hard to see. Now I bet I could see the bits and pieces if I get down to the beach. This is gonna kill me. Ah! Am I dead? Look at that ship go. It's cool that we like can just add moving ships now, right? Because they figured out how to get it to work, so we can just now have ships moving. Oh shoot. Ah shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Okay. Not doing that then. I thought that might happen. Okay, make it to those rocks. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Now if the slaughterfish got to work fast. Nah, that's GG. GG.
Wait, hold on. Head to old Isra.
Oh, Isra and Tel Rentis are right next to each other. Some dragged. This is such a vibrant DLC. You have like literally every color in the palette here, you know? You'll find golds and blues in Necrom. You'll find, you know, reds, greens out here. Well, you won't find any shortage of greens in Apocrypha. Race and culture. My brain immediately tries to start kind of like making a list of which ones I would choose. I don't really know out of the group, but like if I had to choose out of a group, it's kind of like I'm trying to figure out of Argonians, Dunmer, and Redguards, which one I like the best. There's a lot of layers. There's a lot of layers to them. You know. So it's hard to choose, but those are definitely the three. I mean, Dunmer history is so rich, right? I might go for Dunmer because of its richness. Dunmer culture has so many facets because it constantly just shifts around. Then again, there's Aylids. Aylids are also fascinating. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, we don't, like, Redguards don't get enough love, you know? Wait until we can really focus on Redguards. They've got some fun stuff. Well, the thing about Dunmer culture is that it's gone through, like... So, like, if you really want to start at the root, you know? You start with, like... The Velothi, who are just kind of like... Well, we want to do something different, you know? We think Daedra can be cool. And... Obviously, that gets them in trouble a lot, right? So... They move on, and they start to believe that the Daedra are also their ancestors, despite the term Daedra meaning not our ancestors, right? So they start to believe the Daedra are their ancestors, and they start to, you know, move on to making groups of, like, these are good Daedra, these are bad Daedra, and they start really leaning into ancestor worship, whereas the Altmer begin to kind of develop into strict, only specific ancestor worship. You know, so ancestor worship is a big thing for the Dunmer. And then, as soon as the Tribunal becomes a thing, ancestor worship is still very much a thing, as you can see here for Necrom. But Necrom's kind of like seeming like the main station for it. It's kind of like, you know, you want certain denominations of beliefs of religions. You go to certain areas. It seems like ancestor worship is really just super heavily focused here. But, like, for the most part, I think it really took a blow when the Tribunal showed up. It just became less important. One facet of that being the Daedra kind of got kicked down a peg, you know? The Daedra got kicked down to anticipations, you know? And so they kind of lost they kind of lost their foothold in the culture that they used to have, and the tribunal took their place. And the tribunal are like living ancestors, right? So okay, well, you know, we're here and we're alive and we're gods, and that was a different thing. And then the tribunal die off, right? And Eravarian ends up like ruining that, and so then the tribunal all start to die off, and then Dunmer culture transforms again, and they go, oh, we're sorry, you know, we're going to revert back to Daedra worship, focus more heavily on ancestor worship, and we're going to demote the tribunal to the what would they call them? Proclamations? Something. Reformations? No. It's just not on my mind right now. They demoted the tribunal. They were like, you get demotions. They were like dead or gone, so it doesn't really matter to them. They demoted them into saints. So I mean, like that's like the Dunmer culture is like going in all these, and then you got the Ashlanders, right? That's a whole different split off, and so you got a lot of different facets of this culture. Constantly just changes. You know, the tribunals would eventually die off. This Skyrim 2, you don't remember much? Yeah, I forget what they called them. God, what am I forgetting now? Oh no, I mean like what the Dunmer called the Saints after they demoted the tribunal. Let me see. Let me see here. That's right, guys. I have to look stuff up. I am not a walking dictionary. Let's see. Vivek. Now let's actually do. Wait, no, it's reclamations, isn't it? Let me just type in reclamations. Yes. This seems to be it. Mm-hmm. They're known as the... Okay, no. Okay, so here's what's going on. The good Daedra were restored and became known as the Reclamation. So the other tribunal just becomes saints. So the good Daedra become the Reclamations after being the Anticipations. And then they become known as the true tribunal. Okay. So my bad. But I mean, like, yeah, so there's a lot of changes, you know? There's a lot of cultural changes with the Dunmer that, you know, is really interesting to follow. And I'm really interested to kind of, you know, delve more into their culture in this DLC. So yeah, it's very interesting to think about that the Dunmer believe, you know, that the good Daedra are their ancestors, and as I said earlier, they're not the only ones that believe this. It's kind of a fundamental Elvish belief, you know. In ancestor worship, you know, it's a huge thing in Elvish society, and a big reason for why a lot of these split-offs happened for the Psijic split-off, the Velothi split-off, is because the elves started to kind of move away from ancestor worship and started focusing on specific ancestor worship. So it's like, okay, we'll worship these specific characters and elevate them, and not just in general. Hey, here's Heart-Centered. There goes Heart-Centered. She made an Arcanist. These are mushrooms growing on a mushroom. You're gonna have mushrooms on your mushrooms. So I mean, yeah, the city is nuts. The city is insane. It's really just gorgeous. Some good stuff to read. Took a lot of pictures. I'm also really glad they did indeed include this section, you know, like down here. Because I thought they weren't going to include this because the map in the stream stopped here. So I thought there was going to be like a gap like here, I think. Like when it like left out this area. So I thought there was going to be a gap. So I was like, man, that'd be so annoying. But it looks like we're keeping it. I don't know why Gorin isn't highlighted. They should probably fix that. Gorin is part of it, so therefore he should highlight when I do this. There's another one. Right there. I swear. Like, they're just hanging out. Okay, let's at least just poke down and look at and see what the name of this. Have I tried finding one of those secrets? No, I have not. I'm afraid. I'm scared. House Drez encampment? Oh boy, can I beat up House Drez? Oops. You're part of the pack, but I just don't care. I just don't care. Ooh, hey, cool. You know, we're using some of like the old like Stonefalls, Dishani kind of architecture. Okay, so oh, it's a delve. Okay, it's a delve. Interesting. What's it called? Kimona Rune. Oh god, what does that mean? God, what does Kimona Tong mean? Kimona Rune. God, no, what does it mean? I think Rune means home, doesn't it? So something home? What does Kimona Tong mean? I don't even... Is that how you even spell it? It's C-A-M-O-N-N. C-A-M-O-N-N. Kimona Tong... nothing about translations. Kimona Tong... Lure of the Kimona Tong... It doesn't say. But they're bad people. Does it mean death? Let me see if Aldrune does mean home. Because I think Aldrune means old home. But I'm not sure. So I'm gonna look it up. First of all, let's actually look up Kimona Tong and see if there's a translation on the UESP. Where's the lore page? Lore page, please. Here we are. The Crime Syndicate? Yeah. But I don't remember if we know what it means. They're slavers. Old and powerful. Let's type in Ald's Ruin really quick. Ald's Ruin, what does it mean? Yes, it does mean old home. So that means that it's something home. I'm gonna say like Death Home or something. The home of the dead, maybe. But I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know if we can... I don't know if there's an actual full translation. But I'm going to look up our pages for Elnofex languages. And see if it's under there. If it's not under there, then we don't know translation yet. But we can always speculate. So let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. No, I don't see anything. What if I just straight up click on Dark Elvish? Okay, hold on. Now, we only have we have it written here, but you know, we don't have a translation. I'm just gonna assume it probably means something like death, because they're a crime syndicate, you know, they're scary, and Komoda Rune would mean death home. And it's no doubt an Acropolis of sort. Wait, we're near this house dress thing. What if it's a slaver place? What if it's called? What if it's like the home of slaves? Asher's here.
Why are all the rates for heavily guarded fetchers?
Oh. Maybe you can tell me if I just talk to him. I'm not gonna take the quest yet, but.
Oh, it's you. Come to tussle with the ne'er-do-wells of the Telvanni Peninsula? Actually, I could use a distraction. This is for official business. You should remember how compensation works. The punishment of Luafan Romavel. She convinced those Kamonatong scoundrels to take Argonian soldiers hostage and force the Ebonheart Pact to pay a large sum for their release.
Good lord.
I'm here to ensure that her plan fails, and she never hatches another.
Okay. So it seems to be about the Komodo Maybe it's just like their home. Maybe this is just where they hang out. Like maybe this is the home of the Komodo But also talking about slaves, so maybe kimono literally just means slaves. I don't know. Because like Tong means guild, right? So it'd be like Slavers Guild, and they are a Slavers Guild. I don't know, but it is a delve. Okay, so it's not an Acropolis because this looks like it is like classic Balmora, whatever architecture. I don't know how to describe it, but this isn't like what I thought it was on the map. It looks like it might be completely different. The Komodo Tong are very bad people. Very bad people. They're cruel. Now Morag Tong means Foresters Guild. You might notice that it has Mora in the name, or it's Morag, probably for the plural maybe. But Mora does mean forest. So if you see the word Mora, it means forest or wood maybe. just go right for the wood. Not the Cliff Striders. You know, so much right here. So, Laura, how long have you been in the fandom? How long would you guess? How long would you guess that I'm in the Elder Scrolls fandom? Is this like guess? This is like guess my age. It's like instantly getting nervous. I don't want to guess your age. Seven to 8. Hold on, I gotta count. Let me think. Yeah, that sounds about right. I started playing. I'm in the Elder Scrolls fandom. I started getting into the Elder Scrolls like around 2016, 2017. I wouldn't say any earlier than 2016. 2017 seems about right. Is when I got into the Elder Scrolls. I didn't really touch the Elder Scrolls before that, except for messing around in Skyrim, and I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. You know, I was just a Khajiit who liked to wear cool robes or whatnot. You know. Clamor Clap Bowl. Clamor Clap Bowl. The heck is a Clamor Clap? Clamor Clap Bowl. He likes to read like I do. So, I got into the Elder Scrolls by, essentially I just wanted to, like, play Skyrim again, right? You know, a random urge to just put in Skyrim. So I did. And I would also, at the same time, like to snack. And so, I would take a snack up, like some chips or whatever, to play Skyrim. But I found it really hard to eat and play Skyrim because, you know, when you get into a fight or whatever, it's just a lot of action. Sure, you can pause it, but you're still, like, in the middle of an action sequence. So I was having a hard time playing, so I began to kind of slow down a little bit. And in doing so, I thought, well, what can I do? What can I do by slowing down? What can you do in this game that isn't fast-paced and adventuresome? And the answer was, hey, there's a book on this shelf. I'm going to read it. You know? And so I started reading and eating, you know, and eventually it was like, hey, this is pretty good. I'm not really a fantasy guy. Like, I definitely wasn't the kind of person to sit there and read a book. I've never been a bookworm. That's not my thing. You know, I'm not the kind of guy that's always wanted to go to the library or whatever, and I'm interested in history a lot, though, like real life history as well. So I'm like reading those books and eating and being like, okay, this is pretty cool. And you start finding patterns and stuff, and I found it fascinating, the dedication and the consistency, and then stuff in the world around me just felt it felt like it's like going from black and white to color, you know, like that's how it feels when you start reading the stuff in the Elder Scrolls and then you start experiencing it. It's like seeing a whole other dimension of it, like a whole other layer. And in my opinion, you're just, like, unlocking a way greater experience by, like, understanding things around you. It's just really fun. I mean, like, this right now, this whole experience of, like, reading, translating stuff, and seeing things that you've only read about is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm one of those I'm a rare one. Those that reads the books in Skyrim. I mean, like, they wrote some good ones, and you know, Oblivion's got great ones. Morrowind's got great ones. Skyrim or ESO takes a lot of books from all the franchises or all the games, so you can read some good ones from those. ESO's a mix of kind of like all of them. What pretty music? Oh, my crate. Let's check out my crate. Leaf, hi, how you doing? You're just in time to see me open my crate. Have you been doing Necron? How are you enjoying it? I'm eating taco salad. This crate is themed after Umral, the Unfeathered. Maybe his name is said Umral. I actually don't remember. But that's where the theme comes from. The Aelid champion of Meridia. That's why it's got that Aelid vibe to it, and also very, very gold because, you know, Meridia. Oh, hold on. Maybe I should use. I don't know how I'm that clumsy. I've got a lot of space here. Sorry, I'm trying to pour more of my taco salad. I don't care if it gets cold because it's kind of supposed to be cold. You wonder why they named it Unfeathered? I actually can't really think of why his name is Unfeathered.
These gems can be traded for special rewards in the store.
Why is his name Unfeathered? His name, you know, that's his name, Numeral the Unfeathered. I just don't know why that's his name. I actually can't think of it right now. I'm sure someone could tell me. You pulled the helmet or the outfit style from yours? I actually don't know anything that's in this. I know Mom got a pet from it or something. But I don't know if Dad opened his. Maybe he did. I was really distracted. But I might not have been here for it. Let's see. Oh, hey. Oh, I got a purple and a blue. Purple and a blue and 5 cards. Count them. 5. High elves and their assessment with birds. Right, yeah, I mean, there is a very heavy bird motif with high elves and Aelids, and then there's all that talk about the Aelids killing off the bird people that lived in Cyrodiil way back in the day. You don't know much about them because, of course, kill them off. But here we go. Okay. All right, let's get to the good stuff. I think this was the blue one. This is the purple. Okay. Well, that's actually pretty good. That might be good for Halloween.
These precious gems can be traded for valuable rewards.
Ready?
This one is
I got a mount. I just straight up got a mount. I straight up scored a mount, guys. How did I do that? I don't have this kind of luck. I haven't even used my other mount. I got a camel mount. Oh my god. Wow, what a pull. Wait, how can you tell which is the blue and purple one? So when he doles them out, keep your eyes on when he doles out the cards, and you'll see the cards glow as soon as he doles them out. So you gotta pay attention, and you're like, oh, the middle one glowed purple, so you gotta remember which one glowed what color. Yeah, what Leaf said.
Goodbye, my friend.
Okay. So, the Vermina cult leader Laurel first wore this facial design while presiding over a lich-making ritual. Her gleeful laughter still echoes in the deep caverns of King's Crest Cavern, yet in the waking world, she is nowhere to be found. Can you fix your Twitch name someday? I've often thought about changing my Twitch name, see if I can get Weather Dragon. 1, I probably can't, because I think it's taken by an inactive user, and 2, at this point I don't want to change. I don't think, you know. But I'm tired of people calling me Horde. It's not my name. I don't like when people call me Horde. Plus, it sounds kind of weird when they don't pronounce the D properly. It's like, say it slower and enunciate, please. Camel is indigo, Twilight Camel. Anything indigo this year makes me think. But of course, it's also Meridia, so it makes sense that it's based on the color. Brings rest. Before climbing atop these richly hued camels, those who revere Replica kneel within. So we're getting some Redguard stuff. Kneel within the mount's shadow and pray for safe passage. Some focus on the immediate journey, while others renew their wish for guidance to the far shores after death. But I want to right now, currently, use my. I want to use my new mount that I got because he is beautiful. I've seen. Here we go. Beautiful. Look at his eyes. Doesn't he just have the cutest eyes? And his mouth is always open at all times. So something's happening over here. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Clamor Trap Bowl. It's a world boss. Oh, I'm not here to do the world boss. There's Marak. He needs the eye on his forehead to see incoming books falling. Yeah, right. That makes sense. So like, okay, so this Seeker is like almost 2.0 mil. What? God, I'm so bad at this game. What's the general, like, world boss health? Let's... Oh, so that's standard world boss health. Good God. These things... So they added Wonder world bosses with, like, world boss health in the overworld. Just wandering about? Just wandering about? Oh, hey! There's a new... Okay. Vivek's Ring of Duality. Vivek's Duality set. That's a great name. I like that. And it adds Magicka and Stamina. And it's about weapon swapping. This is so creative. It's based on weapon swapping. So it's like your weapon charges over 15 seconds while not weapon swapping. Once fully charged, restore this much after swapping. It's based on weapon swapping. What the heck? That's so creative. Let me crush these up.
Well met, and good fortune to you. It appears you have no crates.
Yes, I know.
You can purchase one to go until
Goodbye. I didn't mean to do that. Just suddenly just goodbye. He's just unfazed when he has to leave, you know? He's unfazed. Just like his blue and gold. Yeah, I mean, as like I was saying earlier in the stream, because we were reading a story about Vivek and his duality and how he wants to be everything. In fact, the book even uses they them pronouns because, you know, sometimes those are used for Vivek. Because Vivek wants to be all. According to Southwest Soul. Southwest Soul has an interesting talk about that at the end of the Clockwork City quest. I can't really think of any other time they and then has been used for Vivek, but I think it should be used more often. It makes a lot of sense. In fact, if you ask me, I think, like, if it was used from the start, it would have been appropriate, but it looks like Vivek just accepts it all, right? Just call Vivek whatever. He'll be cool with that. He will, she will. That's been part of Vivek's character since, you know, the inception. They just haven't really leaned into it as much as I would want them to. And it's cool to see them do it this year. Nope, let me have it. So right now I'm kind of sticking to like this portion, right? Looking around, looking at stuff, you know, and then like tomorrow I'm probably gonna do the southern portion. So basically, every time a new chapter comes out, me and my family always explore it together. Really can't do that much these days because our schedules are so busy. But we managed to at least explore the zone together the first time. So that's what we did when we got on today. Started exploring, checked out Netcrom and all that stuff together. But yeah, I'm not used to exploring on my own. So this will be new to me. I probably haven't explored on my own like this since... I don't know, man. Since I started playing, like, in 2018. Because we're usually in a group. But what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be saving, like, the main quests and stuff for when we're together, right? So... when we're together playing, we'll do main quests and side quests and what. And because I'm going to be undergoing reassignment for my job, I might have some time to just kind of do it with them in the meantime. So we'll see. Yeah, and I'm also really happy that they, you know, took time out of their day to. I mean, they should have been asleep, right? And they were staying up just for me because they knew it was something I wanted to do. So I appreciate that. I don't know if I would say they play ESO more than I do, but, you know, they have more time during the day where they can play, you know. Dad works from home and stuff. So they might play more than me, technically. I don't know, because I play a lot on the weekends, so. But they play a lot. Sometimes while I'm at work, I'll get texts like, "Where are zombies for the Endeavor?" You know, just like, "Oh, okay. Where are vampires?" It also has really helped a lot because it's like, I think it really taught me how much I enjoy teaching. If they didn't really explore this series with me, I probably wouldn't have learned how much I enjoy teaching people things, which has been a boon for just me playing this game, and also for me learning about who I am as a person in general, because, you know, learning that I like to teach people things honestly has made me think maybe someday I'd like to become like a tour guide or something. I think that'd be fun. A tour guide, or I don't know. Hey, how do you get hired for the Jungle Cruise? I'll do that. Is that locked? It is! It's locked! I ran into Heart Centered, I ran into Locke. New Arcanist character, probably. Everyone, Loctavian, Locke on Twitch. I gotta, hold on, I'll do a shout out, give me a second. Let me get my auto walk going. Okay, give me a second. Let's do exclamation point, shout out, Locke. There we go. So feel free to visit them.
I've seen more threatening nephews.
What's gonna happen here? Guys? Wait. Oh, okay. I can talk this out. Don't kill each other, guys.
He thinks that will impress the council? Well, wait till he sees the spell I created. Once the Magisters see this, they'll beg me to join their ranks.
Interesting. We got an Altmer here.
An exam. We're going to cast our best spells and see which one of us is fit to join House Telvanni.
Someone's going to die here.
Win, of course, but I just...
Oh. Oops. Sorry.
From casting anything would be ideal, of course.
Hmm. Okay, so I can be like, can you bind him? He has to cast a spell if he's asleep. Can I? Okay, I'm actually gonna talk to the other guy before I suggest anything.
You should gallop away as fast as you can. This is going to be a big one. That fool won't know what hit him once I've cast my spell.
I'm like, are you two fighting?
In a way, yes. I'm working my way through the Telvanni rankings, and the only thing standing between me and the next title is this obstinate fool. He thinks his magic is stronger than mine. I'll crush him.
You should cast a huge spell. Join House Telvanni? They both deserve death then? Yeah. Honestly, I kind of want to. Here's the thing. I feel like if I suggest this guy to like knock him out, he's probably gonna kill him. I feel like someone's gonna die, no matter what I suggest. Yeah, it is. There's a lot of Telvanni here, in the Telvanni Peninsula. All right, well, okay. But let's just go.
He thinks that will an exam. We're going to cast our spell.
He's totally gonna kill him if I do this. He's like gonna put him asleep. He's gonna put him to sleep, but like in a bad way.
I'll win, of course, but I just have to figure out the best way. Stopping my opponent from casting anything would be ideal, of course.
Okay, we'll try this.
Ooh, that's an excellent idea. And the best thing about it is that my opponent will never suspect something so simple as a sleeping.
I like how he's so loud about it.
He won't have any guards up. It's bound to work.
He's just right there. He's like, I can hear you. All right, well, would it be really bad if Red Mountain exploded early? I don't think it would. Let's yeah, someone's gonna die, man. Villain monologue. He does sound just like a villain. He has that voice to him. Let's see.
We'll see what you can do when you can't even open your eyes.
He's gonna take his eyes out, isn't he? Well, they're having a sleepover now. They're just sleeping together. It's Betty my time now. Okay, well, I guess we're doing this now. I'm not gonna rob him. Nothing shall rob us of this moment. I like how they just put their hands under their heads. Man, finally an encounter that didn't end up with someone getting like exploded or something. Crush them. Okay. They're just gonna lay there. Honestly, you guys are in danger. I'm just gonna say that. I mean, like, there's 3 ticks wandering around, you know, beings from another world. You just got run over by a mountain. They'll be okay. They'll be fine. Take their power for myself? I think I'm powerful enough. Guys, let me tell you, like, this, I mean, I haven't even gotten to Apocrypha yet. So, like, I just explored Necrom and explored this portion here. So much stuff, you know. We're going to be doing this portion probably tomorrow, or later today, I guess. And Apocrypha probably over the weekend. We'll see if Mom and Dad's internet's good. If Mom and Dad's internet's good, probably. Because they're going to be going camping, so we'll see. I mean, so as you can tell, this zone's kind of small, but that's because the chapter is split between this and Apocrypha. So yeah. But let me tell you, this is exactly the type of chapter that ESO should do from now on. Diverse and exciting, right? There's like different environments. Necrom is all very dry and craggy and spiky but the architecture is very like, what's the word? It's not Byzantine, is it? I don't know. It's very very ancient and got those Middle Eastern vibes. And then you have Apocrypha, right? Apocrypha just totally different, totally different. Everything's just so different. You just get so many different vibes. And then there's Sanity's Edge, you know? Sanity's Edge, the trial. Just talk about colorful, right? I've never done it, but I've seen pictures. Everything just has... You're just getting a lot of different content. I think this is just how they should do chapters from now on.
You there. You look like a capable forager.
I am.
I need some help. Can we talk?
I can talk. I learned how a long time ago. People regret that. Watching your stream and you're just leaving your character standing in the middle of Cyrodiil. No! Are you gonna blame me if you die? This guy's cool. Who is he? Fabio Eudoxius. Oh, she just walked right through me. Oh wow, there's mushrooms growing on that one. Guys, you gotta take care of these towers. You need to go back to base anyways. Like, it's growing all over this thing. Tel Lurag Ven. I can't even begin to translate that. Crafting area. This place lets you craft the Telvanni Efficiency set. Never heard of it, but new set. Look at that, though. I wonder if they ever claim a creation date for Necrom. I'm still trying to figure it out. You know, I know they said it was created in the First Era. You know, and it was created pre-Tribunal, or at least it's the basics of it are pre-Tribunal, you know. And so, like, if you think about it, the Tribunal's ascension was 3,500 years ago. You know, so it's like older than that.
Fate needs you, Proxy.
I'm just trying to figure out how old exactly, though. I've never gone through this gate, I don't think. Excuse me. See, we're getting a new ashy vibe here. Totally different vibe. Very alien. Yeah, I mean, like, I can't seem to get over it. That there's just so much Art Deco influence, you know, in these angles. I think it might actually be like a cross cultural influence of like the Dwemer and the Chimer, you know, hanging out, and the Chimer are like, hey, you know what? That's kind of cool, and they start kind of incorporating it in their designs. Obviously, though, it would not be as much of a thing as time went on, and they started feuding again. But they got along for a time. But I just don't know how old this is, so I don't know. Was it during a time of peace? Even if it wasn't, they hung out with him a lot. It was like, we know you're there. I mean, seriously, they're right next door. Ah! Look, a reference! Oh my god. Oh my god. Just to top it all off, we have a Dark Heat reference. Just to capitalize the end of this. So this is the reference that that came out in The Elder Scrolls Arena, where they claim that Necrom is famed for a Dark Heat and also the quality of his arms and armor. It might be that Dark Heat is a method of creating their armor or something. But because we're seeing here it associated with metalworks. Does she say anything about it?
I'm bringing you Necrom's finest armor.
He's not here.
All for your perusal. Care to take a gander?
Could be a book on it.
I've got all manner of metallic martial materials here. Come take a look around. You strike
Nope.
me as someone in need of some good armor. What can I do you for? I'm bringing you Necrom's fine.
But it is there. It might. I mean, like maybe you could get something out of the blacksmith potentially. I don't know. I guess we could go and visit the blacksmith really quick and see if they say anything about it. But who knows? There's books probably, quests. Something could say something. Like the indoor mall. The indoor, like, the bazaar. You have the nice shade. And the very intriguing color scheme of these yellowish lights. Who thought of it?
Need some smithing done. I'm your smith. Oh, just to be upfront about it, I make things according to my family's heritage. So if you're Sijic order like the fellow I had last week, I'll repair what you have, but not craft it from scratch.
Yeah. Sijic order. Goodness.
You'll find no end of spirits telling you how to do things, if you let them. Especially smiths. Also, I've experienced. When I die, I'm keeping my smithing tips to myself. You'll find no end of spirits. Need some
Nothing.
smithing done. Need some smithing.
No, I don't need any smithing done. I don't think. Nah, I'm good. I don't need any repairs. Yeah, this leads to the docks.
Wandering the stairs keeps my body active as well as my mind. I never cared for magic. The study of my great culture holds more appeal. If you don't appreciate and learn from the dead, how will you ever live your life?
Hmm.
Feels good to stretch my legs.
Look at all these stairs. Goodness gracious.
Word to the, well, not wise, but a word of wisdom for you.
Wow. Okay, thanks.
Don't eat the mushroom towers.
Thanks. Okay. Great. Your advice is oh so valued. Licking doorknobs is illegal on other planets.
Well, that Khajiit just coughed up a furball.
I think you're being judgmental.
I love this city, but it is surrounded by the Telvanni.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but you're just as rude.
You'd never guess the sort of goods I've seen brought through this port. Necrom's reputation doesn't do it justice. From funerary urns and magically shrouded bodies, I've seen it all.
Magically shrouded.
You never know what sort of traps have been set by a magister trying to protect their goods. I once saw a thief freeze solid right before my eyes. That's when I learned to always check the shipping manifest. Better safe than sorry.
No way. Dude. We can actually see the Silk Strider moving. Like, just... There he goes, walking along the shallows. No way. I can't believe it. That's nuts. That is gorgeous. I feel like I'm watching a nature documentary. There he go. There he go. Man, I want to ride on one. I like to just, I was like looking over her shoulder like, oh my god. That was crazy. I was like, is that what I think it is? Like, looking behind her, I'm like, I'm sorry, I kind of zoned her out there for a second. Sorry.
Fate needs you, Proxy.
I'd rather be resting than fishing.
You can do both, though. You swim towards it.
Nathan here is always fishing, but never catches anything. The fishing is pretty poor here, but it is close to home.
Sailors like to debate coming back here, or getting buried at sea. My legs don't like the land much anyway, but they don't mind sitting. Not always good fishing here, but maybe I'll catch a mollusk.
Maybe. That'd be exciting. Dick socks. Gay couple fishing, happy pride. Maybe. Though they didn't say that.
Cast an eternal shadow over the harbor. Sometimes I think about sailing far away from this place. But I have no guarantees I'll ever return. Only the Dark Elves have that assurance. Ships bring travelers, both dead and alive. Do whatever you can to make sure you can arrange your own travel when coming here.
Yeah. Fair point. Or that layer work. Fancy ship. I'm getting so distracted, I'm sorry. More of these inscribings. I should probably get my last endeavor done. Yep. Oh, this better not kill me. I'm good. I'm good.
You know, the most surprising part of Necrom has been the food. If I didn't have a wife to hurry back home to, I'd consider
Happy Pride.
staying a little longer.
Yeah, I got a book about the
Coin
food.
on the line.
I haven't read it yet, though.
Weigh my ticket out of here, but I'll read it back in no time.
I can't talk to the Khajiit. Yeah, I found a book on Necron foods. I just haven't read it yet. I read a little bit of it. It was like drinks, I think.
There's something strange at play in the streets of Necrom. I have a nose for that sort of thing, trust me. I'd keep my eyes open, traveler. Necrom is the city of many dark corners. Careful where you walk at night, stranger. Beasts aren't the only creatures hunting in the dead of night. I haven't hunted in a long time, stranger. Nowadays, I much prefer to bury my nose in a pint. I've lost too many friends to your line of work.
I don't hunt. I adventure, I guess. I swear to God, this is the coolest outfit ever. It looks so good. Man, they're still finding out style. That's at least one thing they have going for them. It's not fair that they're assholes, really. It's not fair. Why can't the good guys look cool? Why can't the good guys have glowy jellyfish lanterns?
So many stairs. Why stairs? Is it because of all the construction work digging out the crypts?
Wait, they're digging out... Wait, why are they digging out the crypts? Oh, wait. What kind of strange... Is that Dwemer? Is this Dwemer? I think this might be Dwemer. Potentially like a really old Kyber script? It looks Dwemer to me though. But I mean, Dwemer just kind of looks a lot like Aelid, you know, like ancient Elvish. Oh, hey, this is cool.
I'm hoping one of the curates will let me visit the upper floors of these towers. I'm studying the rock formations on the necropolis. Some, most likely fanciful sources, say the entire geography of this place is made from the ashes of the ancient Dunmer.
Okay. That's an interesting take. You know, for once someone not referencing Gogomor Jill and referencing ashes of ancient Dunmer. And by ancient Dunmer, do you mean Chimer? I mean, I don't want to get... I'm getting annoying. I'm getting petty, I'm sorry.
A lot of Dark Elves think the Tribunal is our only choice, but that's not true.
Why would you just say that out loud? You're going to get yourself in trouble. You're going to get yourself in really big trouble.
You modeled yours after the saints, as is proper. I remain grateful for your teachings. May the Tribunal watch over us all.
I mean, man, like... Wow. What if I fall from... Would a fall from here kill me if I jumped? I guess that guy's gonna test it out. He's okay. Alright, here we go. Ah. Well, I guess I'm going back to my home, aren't I? So I guess it doesn't matter. I don't need to use a way shrine. Boom. I gotta do the furniture thing. Endeavor. And let's see here. Alright, so I'm gonna go to Locke, because they're playing ESO, and obviously doing Necrom. I don't really know how closely I'm going to watch, because again, I don't want spoilers for things. But we're going to be going to Locke after I do this. Oh, I still need to get my crate, too, from watching these streams. Maybe I'll just leave it on. Oh, thanks for being here, Raina. I'm going to raid in a little bit. Thank you for being here. I'll just sell, and then sell. I'm actually going to hold on to that, because I want to probably decon that. I just didn't think of it. Alright, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching me get incredibly excited about all these things. I've been waiting for this day for a long time, and there's a lot out there to check out and analyze, so we'll be doing that tomorrow, doing more of it. And right now I'm going to send you to Locke. Give me a second to get it all ready. I've got to get my Chrome back up. Hopefully I have my keyboard in the next stream. I think it's supposed to come today.